much I loved you. And you were everything to me. You took my breath to breathe. I gave it up so willingly. And you held me like a hand and led me on to no man's land. What were you doing? Time has a way of slowing down when things hurt the most, and I'm constantly thinking about you. And if you cared about the little things like you said you did, then you'd have known all along that I'd never doubt you. Oh, I'd never.
It really like kills the ambiance when I'm like just playing the Overwatch song is like still playing in the background. I was like, oh, what is that? Oh, whoops. All right, let's transition. Yeah, that too.
I'm obese, shoot me in the belly. Look at all the space I'm creating, everybody. Bad monkey, bad monkey. Oh, you got your baited so hard.
I don't think I can handle any more of this bot gameplay.
Spylo.
All right, yeah, we only have, I guess 3 streams. Like, this is the final week countdown until we actually get started. I am literally fresh out of the shower, as you guys can probably see. I got off to a little bit of a late start today. I actually slept for almost a little over like 10 hours, I guess, technically, which has been nice because I've been injured and been like, I've not been sleeping well for like weeks, so it's been actually kind of nice. Hey, Gecko, good to see you, mate. How's it? You gonna play Overwatch with us? I was playing with Sherman the other night. You need to come out and play this. Cager, good to see you. Aghara, good to see you. Esker, good to see you. R3K, nice intro. Hello, thank you. Sneaky Turtle, hello. 10 hours is hibernation levels. Yeah. I mean, I'm like that, bro. I gotta get my sleep. I am junk if I don't get 8 hours. And then if I'm like injured or like sick or something, or like really tired, like last week I was so tired. If I don't get like 9 hours at some point in the week, dude, it's rough. Hey, Hydrangea. Yeah, come play Overwatch with us at some point. Yeah, I mean, because that's the plan next Tuesday. I guess we'll probably start stream later next Tuesday. This is like the last official like normal stream, and then next Tuesday everything's up in the air. I have coaching set, like you could still exclamation mark coaching, get your order in, because when we start doing Overwatch 2 coaching, which might be next week, it might be the week after, I'm gonna go on, you know, first come first serve. So I have a couple people in the waiting list, but there's actually some availability still left. So if you guys are interested in Overwatch 2 coaching, that's still available. Anyway, next Tuesday is going to be where things start getting kind of weird though, because I don't really know exactly what the plan is going to be. And I'm going to be so busy that week, because what I am going to be doing starting next Tuesday is planning on some YouTube series stuff apart from stream. So I have some guides, I have a couple of ideas that I want to start doing. And then also theoretically, we're going to have some collaborations rolling in with some names that you guys are going to know. So we'll see how all that goes. Wow, I think this is the last bit of Overwatch 1 ever. I mean, it is crazy, mate. It is crazy. Maybe that would be something that we do like on a Monday. Maybe we do like a Monday stream where we just play Overwatch 1 with viewers. I don't know. There's something in there. Anyway, we have officially 6 more VOD reviews of Overwatch 1, and then we're literally done. I did the coaching giveaway on Twitter if you guys didn't see that. That session has been given away. That will be the last Overwatch 1 coaching session I ever do. And it will be a roast review on Thursday at 2. ended up going to a collegiate player. Actually, I had a random number generator with people that responded to Twitter and followed the Instagram or whatever, and ended up being a collegiate player. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, today we're going to be starting off with, I believe, a semi-pro or a pro player. R3K. They've got a Liquipedia, so you know they're pro. And tank player. And so let me get this stuff set up. Make sure my ears are dry before I put the earbuds in. I literally have to wear earbuds because my hair is so wet when I do these coaching sessions. Because we've spoken about this at least half a dozen times before. So last GOATS game on Monday. That's true. Well, I mean, you can still do custom games with 6 players. I'm like 99% sure. I'm not 99% sure, but I'm sure you're going to be able to do 6-on-6 in custom games. So it's not going to be a lot different from Overwatch 1 in that aspect. But yeah, I hear you. The classic change as well to have like the old classic background is pretty cool too. My brother's first instinct was like, where's Anna? And I was like, oh yeah, she wasn't a release character. It's like you kind of just embrace her as just like part of the crew, but she wasn't there. Okay, I need to turn this way down. For whatever reason, when I plug my earbuds into my speakers, it's always like super, super loud rather than plugging it directly into my computer. Yeah, okay, my hair is in my eye. I cannot see anything at all. We might just have to leave. Like, dude, what the heck, man? Like, okay, we're gonna get started. Oh, jeez, we're off to a real bad start. Okay, we are good to go. Let's hop into a call here. Hello, how's it going? How are you doing?
Yeah, nice.
Good,
You?
good, doing good, thanks. Doing good. I got hair in my eyes, but besides that, I'm doing okay, and that's not exactly anybody else's fault but myself.
But by the way, the code is for Overwatch 2, the replay code.
Oh. So can you get me can I use your OPR account then? I'll need to use your OPR account.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, just send me your OPR
send
account
it.
information, and then
Okay.
I'll check it through there.
Okay.
So guess what, chat? You're getting a sneak peek. We have something scheduled this Saturday. We're going to do some Overwatch 2 coaching, but it looks like we're going to do some Overwatch 2 coaching today. So you guys are in luck. All right, so as I'm getting this pulled up, you gonna kind of want to give me your background, and like what your background as a pro player and your background or your goals, I guess, moving forward with Overwatch 2?
I want to, because Open Division is coming. I'm gonna play Australia Open Division, and I want to like be top of contenders, but I think I'm not ready now.
Okay.
Mainly my mental is not strong enough first. And
Let me interrupt you
like maybe
really
some-
fast. I'm sorry. Is it tournament A, B, or C?
It's C.
C? Okay, thank you. I need to install it really fast. Shouldn't take too long. Go ahead.
My mental need to be stronger, and my team leading skills need to be stronger. My team leading skill is very weak. Like my team's sometimes I cannot lead my team. Very slow fight planning, play selecting, and I always forgot something like nano plays, like mini plays,
Okay.
small plays, I forgot to carry the flanker first, and I just went straight away in. I'm kind of stupid.
Okay, so you have no. Wait a second. When you say you're kind of stupid, do you just not know these things, or do you know these things, but then in the heat of the moment you forget them?
Yes, I know all of this. Like when in game, I sometimes it's confused, but outside I watch my own fault. I know what is exactly happening and what's wrong.
Right.
But I just can't do it in game.
In game, okay. I mean that to me is I guess it depends on your definition of stupid, but I don't think you're unintelligent. I just think that you lack the focus in the middle of the fight to be able to get that. So I wouldn't say you're stupid. Okay, let's get this pulled up then. Okay, what is it? Oasis? I'm seeing Oasis and Colosseo.
Yeah, Oasis and Colosseo.
Okay,
yes.
which one do you want to start with? Which one first?
Anyone.
Okay, well, let's start with Oasis first, and then as I get it pulled up here, let's keep talking. So, you want to work on your shot calling and your leadership ability, like your ability to kind of take charge and call good things. Is that correct?
Yes, control my team better and play with my team better.
Okay. Is that something that you do naturally? Are you naturally kind of a leader? and like to tell people what's going on, or is it something that's different for you, maybe you don't have a lot of practice with?
I don't really have a lot of practice because Overwatch 1 have another tank, so like I always do the support. It's like off commander.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. So, okay, so here's the thing. Are you saying that you want to be like this because it is what you want to do, or because you think that you need to because you're playing tank? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you like leading,
I think
or you just think you have to?
I would like, and I think I need.
Okay, so a little bit of both. Okay. So you're not wrong. It is good. It doesn't matter what tank that you're playing in Overwatch 2. You being able to kind of tell your team what you'd like to do or what you think we should do best is very, very helpful. Especially if you're playing like a main tank where you're going in or pushing, your team needs to know those things. But the key thing for tank is it doesn't matter what tank you're playing, but the answer is always you need to find what is important for you to know and what is important for you to call, and then don't worry about the other things. So for example, if you are playing tank and you're trying to tell your supports where to push or where to position and where to scout and watch for left and careful your sleep dart and careful your biotic nade and watch for Sombra and watch for Reaper, that's too much, right? Too much calling. And then what will happen if you call that much? How will you play? Will you play well or will you play poorly? Poorly, right. Why?
Because I focus on calling for too much and I cannot focus on my mechanics.
Exactly. We have to allow you space for you to be able to focus on your mechanics too, and not just your calls. So what we need to find are what are the most important calls for you to make, the ones that are going to help your team the most, and then allow you to find what are the most important things you need to be doing playing mechanically, right? So your 4471 peak, 4.5k, that's awesome. Mental things and some gameplay issues and advice and competing contenders path to pro. Let's talk about that a little bit. So when you said mental things, you talked about how you think you're kind of stupid. Was that the only mental thing or the most important mental thing? Or were there other things too?
The most important is like whenever in competition or maybe like when I see enemy like he's famous, like maybe like pro contenders players,
Yes.
like I already have a very hard pressure in my heart, or maybe like if I know enemy like he's a
Yes.
good player or something, I
Yep.
I like pressure, but I try to like not make my team unhappy.
Yeah.
Then it's like more and more pressure, and I play bad.
Yeah. Now, what do you mean more and more pressure on you, or you try and make your team happy and you say the wrong things and it goes badly?
No,
Can you explain what
I
happened?
try to make my team happy. Yes. So I want to play better. Like imagine like we start and I know enemy is good, then I get
Yeah.
pressured. So I didn't call well in the first fight. Then we lost the first fight, and after my mental like, oh my god, I'm throwing my team, and I start mental breakdown sometimes in competition.
Yes, I see. This is it. Is this in scrims too, or just in matches?
Sometimes when I took it too serious.
Okay, I see. Okay, so something to think about. You know, and let me tell you this. I have the same problem. I think a lot of people have the same problem. So I play a lot of sports, and I was like this too. I remember when I first hit GM and I was playing up against streamers and like pro players. I played up against a Fran one game, and I was like barely GM. I just hit GM, right? And I was so scared. But what you have to understand is that like you cannot, the solution, a lot of people say, oh, just pretend they're any other player. Don't worry about it, right? But I think that's bad advice, because they're not any other player, are they? They are really good. They are the best. They're contenders. There's pros. You can't lie to yourself and say that they're just average players, right? They're great. So you can't pretend that they're not great. So the solution, or something to practice, I'm not saying this is easy, is to not pretend. To tell yourself the truth. What can I call you? R3K? What do your friends call you?
You can call me Rek.
Rek. Okay, Rek that's actually a sick name. I love it.
Thanks.
All right, Rek. So you have to tell yourself, Rek, these guys are great. They're pros, but that's good. If you want to go to Overwatch League, let me tell you a secret. You're gonna have to play up against a lot of contenders players. And then when you're done with playing against contenders players, you know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to play up against a lot of Overwatch League players in trials. And then once you get in, maybe you do great in trials, you make it to Overwatch League, You're going to still have to play up against Overwatch League players. And then now you're going to be on stream with 40, 50,000 people watching you. And you know what those people are going to do? There's going to be a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. You're going to maybe do really well and you get to a tournament, right? You get to a tournament. Maybe the greatest tank in the world and you go all the way to tournament, the championship in Overwatch League, right? That's still going to be a lot of pressure. So what you have to understand, Rek, is that the pressure does not go away. If you are the best player in the world, there is just as much pressure. It never goes away. Never. The only way pressure would go away is if you were literally the greatest tank in the history of the world and the game was too easy, but that will never happen. So what you have to do is you have to not pretend that there is no pressure, because the pressure will always be there. You can't say, oh, I just need to be good enough to beat contenders players, because there will always be the next step. What you have to understand is that you have to look for pressure and want pressure. The best players in the world in sports, basketball, football, tennis, esports, League of Legends, anything, they want pressure, because pressure is fun. It's fun. It means that, one, when you win, it feels great. Or two, when you lose, you got practice on performing under pressure. The worst thing that you can do when you're under pressure is to avoid it or be scared of it. You should go out and look for pressure. Make it happen. Be happy when it's tough. Be happy when it's scary. Because when that happens, you are learning. You are practicing. When it is pressure time, you should want to be playing. You should be wanting to take charge because you want to practice under pressure. Pressure is good. Pressure means that you care, right? If you didn't care, there would be no pressure, right? If I said, Rek, I'm going to give you $1,000 if you lose the game, you'd be like, oh, good. I'm going to lose. No pressure. I'm going to try and lose. That's good, right? There would be no pressure. So you have pressure because you care, and caring is good because caring is what makes you a better player, right?
Yes.
So this is not a simple fix, but you need to go in with the mindset of, I want pressure. It's hard, it's scary, it's difficult. It's like lifting weights, right? It kind of hurts, but it's good for you. It's good. Don't be scared of it. Go for it.
Okay.
Try it to chase. Even if you make mistakes and even if you look silly, what can you learn from that? If you play up against a Masters tank player or a Diamond tank player, is there any pressure on you?
No.
No. But will that help you get better?
No.
No. It's Diamond. They're
I
bad.
I think it's worse. It's like egoing on the
Exactly.
master and
Exactly. It's negative. Exactly. So you start playing sloppy. You play bad, but you can get away with it, right? You 1v6, right? Or 1v5. But if you play up against a great player in a really hard situation, that will make you better. Even if you make mistakes and fail, you will get better. And your goal is to get better. That's what you want, right? So you need pressure. You need to feel pressure. If you don't play up against contenders pros, then you're not going to get better. So every time that you're under pressure, that's good. That's what you need. Like let's think about it this way. Let's say let's say you only have like 2 kilos or 2 pound dumbbells at the house to do weightlifting with. Can you get strong with 2 pounds?
No.
No, not really. Not really. So like, let's say once a week, your uncle comes over and he brings like 20 pound or 20 kilo dumbbells, right? You're excited, right? You're like, oh, sick. I can use them. It's going to be hard. It's going to hurt a little bit. But you're like, finally, I can get strong once a week, right? So every time that you get a chance to perform under pressure, you should be excited. It might be a little bit scary. You might be a little bit nervous, but you should be excited. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So don't be scared. You know what? No, it's okay to be scared. It's okay to be scared. You should be scared a little bit, but you should also be happy at the same time. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes, it is.
And that is something to practice. That is not easy. Oh, everything's fixed, wrecked. Now you're perfect. That's going to take practice. You're going to have to think about it that way. Okay.
You have to do it slowly.
Yeah,
practice.
Exactly. Practice your mindset just like you practice your gameplay. Okay, so you said some gameplay issues too in your form. Can you explain to me what those are? So first off, what tanks are you playing? You said main tank, is that correct?
No. Now is quite complicated because
Okay.
my original position is gonna be like playing all of the tanks, but
Okay.
now my team is finding another main tank, so maybe I play like Zarya, Sigma, yeah, off tank maybe, I
Okay.
guess.
Okay. So you said some gameplay issues. Now, what hero are you playing in this map? Are you Zarya?
Yeah, Zarya.
Okay. So what let's actually skip through this VOD here. We got Zarya. Hey, what is going on here? Zarya. What tanks do you play in this VOD? All Zarya?
I think all Zarya.
Okay. So, and maybe a little bit of Diva here at the end. What issues do you have with your Zarya?
Sorry, can you repeat?
What issues do you have with your Zarya? You said in your forum you had some gameplay issues. Do you have any that you can think of?
Yes, like I'm confused when like my abilities usage.
Okay.
Like when I bubble someone to charge, like when to charge energy
I
and
see.
when to like exactly use bubble to push.
I see. Okay. So when to charge any, when to push. Okay. Do you have any other
And
issues?
and like and like there's a point I'm practicing is like I see enemy com and our comment depends how I play, right? Like
Yeah.
this. But I am like it's like first the mental pressure, then
Yeah.
the then I'm very slow. My brain, like I think
Yes.
like while we rotating, I already like I have not enough time to think about it and
Yes.
already started fight.
Yes. Okay. I see. I see. So you're dealing with mental pressure first, which we talked about already, and that's slowing you
Yes.
down. And then you're trying to think, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? What is my job versus the monkey comp or whatever, right? And then
Yes.
you're too slow, and then the fight has happened, and it's over, and you're like, well, I didn't even think about it, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So then we'll need to find a way to make things simple, to not complicate things. Okay. The practice will help with that, but okay. Team scrim 5 days a week, 3 days 2 hour, and 2 days 4 hours. Okay, and you play rank by yourself. Okay, sounds good. 6 to 10 hours of sleep. 6 to 10. That's a lot of difference. 6 hours and 10 hours. When do you sleep?
Yeah,
6, and what? Why is it like that?
6 because I have to go to school, but I play too much games at night.
Okay.
And 10 is usually my holidays.
I see. Okay. Do you feel that? Do you notice when you only get 6 hours? Do you feel it the next day, or do you feel fine?
I'm comfortable already. Like it's been a long time, so
Okay. Maybe something to experiment with is to try and not let it be 6. If it's 7, how do you play? You know what I'm saying?
okay.
Just to see. Try it for a couple of weeks. No 6, no 6. I have to get 6.5 or 7, and see if it helps maybe a little bit. Something to consider. Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. I will stream on Discord, and I have
Okay.
Discord Nitro now. Somebody gifted it to me, so I can stream in 1080p. Yeah,
Wow,
so
so
I know, the greatest of all time. So good. Okay. So let's talk about gameplay. So let me adjust. Do you mind if I change your settings a little bit with replay?
it's okay, it's okay.
Okay.
Just change.
Let me change some of these settings. It's been a little while since I've been in here. Dictate toggle overlay. No, we don't want that. We can actually set that to 9. Spectate toggle pause. We want that. No, we don't want V. We want spacebar. I might take a little bit of toying. It's been a long time since I've been in here. Decrease playback speed, increase playback speed, replay back, replay forward. Okay, this should be a start. Okay, so let's say you know they are playing Monkey Comp, okay? How would you tell me, how do you play versus Monkey Comp? What do you have to be thinking about?
I have to first gain energy and then take my backline. Like we are playing Reaper Sombra, so it's gonna be hard push first, but I have to like force the monkey first. Like force resource first. Then then I push with my team.
Okay, so you're forcing resource first, and then you're pushing with your team afterwards, and hopefully trying to build charge early as well. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, give me just a second. It's not letting me move.
Yes, the thought system is in Overwatch 2 now is glitchy.
Yeah, I'm noticing that. That's worse than it used to be. I can't click and turn. Give me just a second. Like, I can't turn my, use my mouse, you know, to move left and right. It's not letting me do that. Spectate, no. Toggle overlay, page up, no. Objective camera? No. Toggle normal, no. Nope. Give me just a moment. This is gonna be depressing if I can't like actually move my camera. Let's see here. No, I don't think it's any of these. It's got to be something in here. Decrease speed, zoom out, increase speed.
Maybe restart the game.
Maybe. Spectate tile. Maybe it's this one. If this doesn't work, we might have to. Goodness gracious! Like, you see what I'm saying, though, right? Like, I can't turn left or right.
Yeah.
Odd.
Yeah.
Okay, we might have to just leave as is and pray that they fix this before release. Okay, so let's talk a little bit. I also hate that you can't hide that. Okay, so you are trying to build energy before the fight starts whenever possible, if possible, and then trying to push your advantage afterwards, okay? So how do you build energy versus this composition?
Walk in front, take space, and then let enemy push in front, then I back a bit with my bubble.
Okay, so you need to take space, and then you said you back up with your bubble once they start to shoot you?
Yes.
Okay, so...
And try to bait enemy to dive, then I can bubble my teammate.
Okay, sure. Try and bait the enemy to dive.
Or just bubble my Reaper and take space hard.
Sure, okay. One of those is fine. What makes people shoot bubbles? What makes people shoot you? If you stand and spawn, will you build energy?
No.
If you stand... I'm going to try and move my mouse here. Hang on. If you stand... well, now it's not even letting me leave. Okay, there you go. If you stand... Oh, wait, now it is. What on earth? That is bizarre. If you stand here, will they shoot your bubbles?
No.
If you stand here, will they shoot your bubbles?
No.
No, I'm now using I'm being a little bit silly, right? Like, but you understand what I'm saying, right? What am I trying to say?
I'm too slow.
Not necessarily, because who else can you bubble here?
Reaper.
Reaper. So you need, if you want to build energy, you need to either bait them by playing in an aggressive position or push them in an aggressive position. You need to make them shoot you. Do you see what I'm saying? If you do not make them shoot you, they will have no reason to shoot you, and then you will not get energy. Do you see what I'm saying? And
yes.
We talked about also you baiting dive. Well, you're not going to bait dive if you're playing too defensive. You need to force them to try and bait a jump on you, and then you can actually get value out of that. So if you are here, does this bubble make anyone shoot Reaper?
No.
No. Why?
Because he's not doing anything to enemy. And
Exactly.
Enemy have no reason to shoot.
Exactly. You have one of two things that you can do. You can play aggressively and make them jump you and then bubble, or you can push. Go ahead.
I think I have to walk out first.
I think you have to walk out first.
Scared.
Yeah, you are too scared. Or you have to make your Reaper walk very aggressively and bubble him. And if that Reaper walks in very aggressively with bubble and starts shooting that monkey, is that monkey going to want to dive you?
No.
No. What is he going to have to do if he walks in and a Reaper shoots him aggressively with a bubble?
Get rid of the Reaper first and stabilize.
Yes, he's going to have to disengage. He might even have to bubble himself. And then that means that's it. That's the push. It's over. So the problem here, your mindset has to be, I'm either going to play aggressively and then bubble when they jump us, or I'm going to play aggressively with Reaper and I'm not going to let that monkey dive. He will not be able to dive. I will use a bubble aggressively and shoot the monkey so that he cannot dive us. You need to stop, hit them before they hit you, or make them jump you and then bubble afterwards. This bubble,
Okay.
if I can get the right POV, okay. This bubble does not do anything to that monkey at all. Do you see that?
Yeah, it's not my job to like say call Reaper. Shoot the monkey first, okay, then.
Yeah. What you need to do with communication is say, Reaper, when you are going to go aggressive on Monkey or Sojourn or Ana or Brig, you call for bubble and I will tell you when I have it. You see what I'm saying? You have to build that communication with your Reaper where you guys are always talking so that when he is... Because you think Reaper's calling for bubble right now? No way, right?
Yes,
No way he's calling for bubble. Is he?
I think yes, because I'm walking to back and we have no information where enemy is.
Okay. Well, then you need information first before Reaper calls for bubble.
Yes.
Because this bubble, he will shoot. Like, let's just watch this bubble.
And we are having issues like
Yeah.
our teamwork between like playing Sombra comp.
Right. Well, then now you know what your communication has to be. You have to come to the team and be like, I need to use my bubble when my Reaper calls for it. Reaper, what can we do to make sure that we call for it right? Because this is no good. You used an entire bubble and not a single shot was fired.
Yes, and another thing I want to mention. So like in Scream, right? And like when we do something wrong, I have maybe I'm think myself is right. Like I have some opinions. I have to maybe confront my teammates or even my coach. Then
Okay.
like what should I do? Because I really don't like confronting, and I'm really weak at talking to people.
Okay. So then what you need to do is one of two things. You need to ask questions, not make accusations. So if you want to work on this with your Reaper, do not say, Reaper, you brain dead idiot. Stop breathing out of your mouth and start actually calling when you want bubble. You're driving me nuts. I'm never going to want to play with you again. Obviously, that's not good. But what you can say is you can say, hey, Reaper, can you call bubbles for me? Because I don't know when you're going to go aggressive and shoot, and that will help me bubble better. Just ask him to do you a favor. Ask a question. And then with your coach, you can talk with your coach and be like, Coach, I'm trying to work on this. Do you think it might be better if I let my Reaper call bubbles so I can see like when he wants to shoot? Because you can see it here, right? Reaper has nothing to shoot. So we need to be asking questions and talking with coach and with your Reaper and figuring out, why is this, right? Why is this happening?
I got it.
Don't be like, I have to solve all the problems and tell everybody what to do. Just be like, I see a problem. What do you guys think we can do to fix it? Because maybe you guys can come up with an idea that's better than my idea. But you guys have to talk about this. This is not going to work.
Okay.
If he is inside here, this is good. But he is not. He's not shooting anything or anybody.
Maybe I need to be more patient.
Maybe you need to be more patient. I don't know. Maybe the problem is with you. Maybe the problem is with your Reaper. Maybe the problem is with your team. But you as a player, because this is your bubble, you need to talk with your team and you need to figure this out. This is something that cannot happen. This cannot happen in pro scrims. This cannot happen.
Yes.
Not even once. Even that. Not even once, right? That's a Sombra hack. Sombra will not kill an Ana Lucio. Sombra, if Monkey jumps, then do you bubble?
Yes.
Yes. But Sombra hack? No. That's silly. No pressure done on the enemy team.
How would I know like if there's a bait? Because I was like looking in front of the whole time.
Yes. So I'm glad you turned around. You should turn around, yes? To make sure.
No, because my healer was calling like, somebody get me. Then I don't.
That's okay.
Then I
That's
just
okay.
bubble right away.
But that's okay. That's okay. Let Sombra hack them. Can you?
Okay.
Do you have to? Okay, I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. Can you react to prevent them from dying with bubble fast enough?
Training.
Well, I mean training, yes, but like let's say this monkey jumps them, right? And they're 1 HP.
Because
will bubble help
my
them?
position is in front. I think they will like back my healers.
Okay.
Then like if they are down the stairs and I'm in front, I cannot like
I see what
see
you're
them.
saying. Yeah, I see what you're
And
saying.
while my Reaper is engaging,
Yeah,
my Reaper is engaging. Yeah.
I see what you're saying. It's difficult for you to choose, but I understand that that's a problem for you. But we don't. That's not right now. You can see them, right? It's we're a little bit split, yes, but that's okay. Sometimes you're going to get split. Okay, that's okay.
I'll take my team high ground.
Right. But what I'm asking you is this bubble? Did you need to bubble this?
No.
Even if your support says, "Summer on me, summer on me," you can use your eyes and see what is their HP.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you see Monkey on them? No.
Nope.
Do you see Sojourn E or Onanade? No.
No.
And if Monkey does jump them, you don't have to bubble now. You can wait. Okay, bubble now, right?
Yes.
It's not an emergency. You don't have to do it immediately. You can see, uh-oh, that person needs help. I'm going to bubble them now. What you do is you don't look. You just bubble. You hear, summer on me, I'm hacked, right? But that doesn't mean they need bubble. You need to check. You need to look. Okay, look, okay. I think they're okay. And then as soon as you see they're okay, you can then turn around and help these guys, right? You don't even need to bubble at all. You see my problem? Be patient.
Yes.
Be patient. Maybe it's like the Reaper thing. You need to be patient. You see? Let's watch. See now maybe you need bubble, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not. Again, does this Reaper need bubble?
No.
Is he pushing aggressively?
No.
Are they pushing him aggressively?
No.
No. If the answer is no, then you do not need bubble.
Yes.
If he is going to get bubble here, you either want him to push, or they are pushing him and he is running away and you help him survive.
Yeah.
One or the other.
I have to be more patient.
Yes, more patient. Oh, that Sombra's dead. Nice. Okay, now look at this bubble.
Sorry,
Look at this.
The Discord stream is very laggy. I can't see clearly.
It is it laggy? Let me check with me.
Yeah, it's like blocks.
Okay, let me try this here, and let me try in 720. Maybe this will be it'll be less quality, but will be less laggy.
Yes.
Okay.
Still clear.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, we're good to go. Okay.
Ready.
Is this bubble good? Are you being pushed aggressively?
Yes, by the monkey.
Are you pushing them also aggressively at the same time?
Yes.
So then is this bubble good?
Yes.
Yes. Now we can talk about maybe you don't need to push aggressively. Maybe it's better for your Reaper to push aggressively. I don't care. Let's not worry about the little details, right? Is it aggression? Then yes, bubble is good. This bubble is not bad. I like this bubble. Good job. And look at your energy. You see your energy?
Yes.
Why did you get so much energy? What was happening?
Because we were actually fighting.
Yeah, they were pushing you. You were pushing them. Bubble's good.
Okay.
It's that simple. It's that simple. Now, right now, do you think you will need to bubble your Reaper?
Yes, but I can't see it.
Why?
So
Why will you need to bubble your Reaper?
he's pushing aggressively.
He is pushing aggressively. They will have to shoot him. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Even though it's just on a brig, you're still building charge. They have to shoot the bubble, otherwise they'll die.
Yes.
Good job. Very nice. All right, now we get out. That translocator. Another translocator. Is Discord stream still laggy, or is it a little bit better?
Little bit better, but still blocks.
Okay. If it's bad, then you can hop on stream with stream delay. Will that be okay?
It's fine. I'll just watch the Discord one. I can
Okay.
see.
Okay. As long as you can see.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Will you want to bubble your Reaper?
Yes.
Why?
He TP right into the back line.
Yeah, he's aggressive again. Now, what I want you to do now, maybe, what should you do maybe right about now? Let's watch. Do you hear that from behind?
Yes, I need to watch behind.
Yeah. This is where the Zarya thing. You have to help front, and then you need to turn around and make sure that these guys are okay. Because what do you see now? It's not just Sombra hack, right? It's Monkey too.
A monkey.
Maybe they're okay. Maybe they're okay. Maybe they're not, right? Maybe they're not. Maybe they need 2 bubbles, right? So I know you were thinking, I want to shoot front line, but you need to check your back line very quickly and make sure they're okay. Too slow, right? Too slow.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Let's go back again. Let's look at these bubbles again. So obviously unfortunate bubble usage there. We don't get the bubble on the Lucio. He's kind of trolling the lobby. He's kind of feeding. So unlucky, okay? What do you think about this bubble here?
Too early, I think.
Maybe a little bit too early on the Reaper, right? Like he's too far away. Maybe wait half a second, just a teeny bit longer, right? And then bubble. What do you think?
But bubble on myself, I think is no need.
I think so too. I think your bubble, you might need to bubble yourself, yes, but maybe not right now. Maybe you can wait, right?
Yeah, I can be more patient.
Yes.
Again, I have like half and more HP.
Yeah, exactly. You have 316 HP. You have more than half HP, so it's okay. Now, for those of you in Twitch chat that maybe don't understand, you can bubble anybody. You can bubble yourself twice. You can bubble your teammate twice. In Overwatch 2, you can bubble however you like. Very good. So bubble usage, I think, was better than it was at the start, but still can be better. Still can be better. Okay.
And while in a fight, it's just like I feel so messy, like target selection sometimes.
Yeah, here's the thing. What I want you to work on is don't worry so much about target selection right now. Focus on just your bubbles. And if the target selection is a little bit messy, that's okay. Target selection is also a team problem sometimes, right? That's not always something that you need to fix, but something that your team has to fix as a group. So let's focus on just what you need to do to help your team better. And then maybe target selection will get better over time.
Okay.
If you can call your bubbles well, that's the most important thing you can be doing. Is this good or bad bubble?
Good.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect bubble, right? Like they really want to shoot that Reaper. I mean, unfortunate, but I think for bubbles that was good. I will say this though. If you guys ult track this a little bit better, maybe you guys play this one a little bit more slow because you guys almost have beat and you almost have grav. Try and build those and then push aggressively. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and when I like ult planning, like my head is messy, like 81 on Lucio and 81 on me, what should I do?
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah. This is just play slow and then have 3 ults instead of 1 ult. I will say that pushing with Death Blossom is usually good. The enemy team responds very well, though. Look at how good they respond here. Whoops. Nade, nano, and boop. Look at that. They get the boop. Right?
Yes.
That is your Reaper's fault. He should have Death Blossomed when he had bubble. He waited too long. But I think you played this one fine.
Maybe it's just like I have to be more decisive and confident, like to decide my course.
Sure, that's fine. Like that's fine. Like what you guys could have done is you guys could have gone 3, 2, 1. Wait. Everybody 3, 2, 1 push, right? And then your entire team pushes in here with Death Blossom. And that means that these guys should walk forward with your team. Yes?
Yes.
You kind of see what I'm saying? That would probably be a better plan. Also, your Sombra, you see? That's not good. You'd want your Sombra to be like here, you know, shooting the enemy team or something like that.
Yeah, maybe miscommunication.
Yeah, miscommunication. Maybe better to wait for your Sombra, you know, and then push.
Yeah.
Or if you are gonna push with Death Blossom, you gotta go fast. 4v5. You gotta go fast, aggressive. Now, Ana Lucio runs in here, nades the floor, sleeps the monkey, instantly bubble Death Blossom, kill 6. You know what I'm saying? Go kill 5. Okay. But this is too slow. Too slow from your Reaper, too slow from your supports. You need to be more aggressive if that's what you wanted to do. Okay. Okay, building up that grav. Nice. There's the grav. Uh-oh.
Failed the bubble. I failed the bubble.
Yeah. You failed the bubble, and then you bubble him when he's wraithing, you know?
Yeah,
That is...
I don't actually, it's weird the timing. Like, I don't know if Overwatch 2 Reaper TP and I just keep pressing E, but every time it's like, doesn't work.
Okay.
It works or maybe not work.
Okay. Something to keep in mind, like, let's look at this one. Was this unlucky, or should you guys have gotten this one? Yeah, you just didn't see him. Yeah, he just TP'd too far around the corner. That's unfortunate. Was the plan to push with beat here?
No.
Oh, okay, so you just used... Okay.
Because backline... Yeah.
Why would... Let's watch. Oh, I see CC's Reaper critical, I guess. I don't know. You guys might need to work on your planning just a little bit. I don't think that was necessary. Good bubble. Good graph. Ha. These are good bubbles, right? That was good graph, good bubble. Nice. Very nice. I'm liking this. This is very good. You should be very proud of these bubbles. These have been very good.
Just have to keep this consistent.
Yeah. I'll say this though. What would you like to do with your next bubble?
Push aggressively.
Right, but who would you like to use it on optimally?
Ana.
Well, yes, but I'm saying on your team, who would you like to bubble push aggressively?
Reaper, but I don't see.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. You don't see him. I need you to be communicating with your Reaper better, because your Reaper should be all up in these guys, or all up in these guys with bubble. You know what I'm saying? Because a Reaper will do more with bubble than you will if he can push aggressively. So you do good with your first bubble on the Reaper. You know, this one, you know, it's a mistake. I don't think it's your fault. But the other fights, you look at a bubble Reaper, but then as the fight gets messy, you forget about your Reaper. Like right now, Reaper wants bubble. Reaper wants to go in there and kill, right? But you're only thinking about me. But a Reaper would be way better than you, right?
Yeah.
Where's your Reaper right now? Do you know?
I don't actually see.
Yeah, you don't know, do you? That's a problem. That needs to not happen. You need to know where your Reaper is. You're playing Zarya because of Reaper, right? You need to use the Reaper. Otherwise, why play Zarya? Okay, it's a good bubble. Like, again, the bubble on yourself was good, but look at what happens here. Look. He's doing his own thing, right? He is not working with the team. He can help you here, or you can help him here. You guys cannot get split like this.
The Sombra should be marking like the soldier, right?
I mean, she can. There's a lot of things a Sombra can do. Like, I don't worry about the details. The most important thing is that you guys are getting split as a team.
Okay.
You're on different targets, different pages, and then you start good, everybody's together, but then as the fight gets messy, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, it gets really messy. Everybody is all over the place. That cannot happen.
Yes.
And that is something that you can help with when you're communicating your bubbles better.
Okay.
Like, Reaper, I have bubble. Reaper, I have bubble. Just say, Reaper, I have bubble, you know? And he will say, okay, bubble now, right? Reaper, I have bubble.
Yes.
Tell him that you have bubble, and he will make a decision.
Okay.
You could say, I have two bubbles right now. Nice, right? Maybe a little early with your first bubble on yourself. So I think this bubble, you don't need that bubble, right? Oh, no. I misunderstood. You did not bubble. This is good. I thought you bubbled yourself. This is good. This is very good, right? Is this Sombra? Does this Sombra need bubble?
Yes.
Yes. Do you need bubble right now?
After I walk.
After, yeah, after. Maybe a little early on that bubble, but I like this a lot. This is very good. Just grab her. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
It's
I
over.
did grab.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So here's the thing. We are seeing a little bit of that inconsistency that you talked about, right? Where sometimes you're doing very good, sometimes you're doing not so good at all. So the question for you is, people are always inconsistent. That every player in the world, Overwatch League, contenders, bronze player, is inconsistent. So the question is, why are you inconsistent? Why are these bubbles good? And then why are the bubbles bad? Do you know why?
No.
I don't either. So we need to figure that out. You need to talk with your team. Is it you losing focus? Is it something that your team is not communicating well? I don't know.
Maybe I just have to sleep 8 hours, huh?
Maybe you need to yeah, maybe you need to sleep 8 hours. Yeah, I don't know. So like, that's where, like, sadly, I can offer you advice and give you some ideas, but I don't work with your team, and I don't work with you every day, right? So I don't know for sure what the problem is. I mean, you can see the problem. So all I can do is I can tell you, hey, you know, Rec, you need to solve this problem.
Actually, the point of this is like, because you are former Overwatch League coach, right?
Yes.
I'm just getting a confirm, so I have more confidence on myself.
I see. Okay, well, good. Well, I'm telling you what you think about with bubbles. Like, are you pushing aggressively? Are they pushing you aggressively? You understand those things. Yeah. You also understand that you need confirmation. Yes, I understand. And now you also get confirmation that you and your Reaper need to be working together better. Like, especially mid-fight. Early fight, you guys doing okay. Like, that first bubble was really, really bad. But then outside of that, looked okay, right? But then as fights got messy, you did not know where Reaper was. He did not know where you were. You guys were not working together.
Yeah.
Those things need to be fixed. So let's keep watching. Maybe we get some more ideas from watching. Do you have any questions so far?
No, I asked the problem I want to ask already, but I don't know if any is like hidden problem of me.
I see. Well, we'll talk a little bit more. Let's watch more of this round. And then obviously, you know, like, when this coaching session is done, if you have any more questions, you can just message me on Discord. Always.
Okay, thanks.
Of course. Okay. Are you going to get the bubble right? Let's see. Oh boy. No. It's not bad, but is this good? No, it's just a little too early, right? You bubble him. You want to make him go aggressive, and then bubble him, right? Right as he starts. So like, look, let's look at when the bubble is. Slow it down to 0.25. He doesn't need it. Yeah, he doesn't need it. Right. Now, maybe you bubble now. Yeah, right? Maybe you bubble now. Maybe you don't get any energy out of it, but it's too early. I forgot you cannot adjust speed with Overwatch 2 Replay Viewer. Overwatch 2 Replay Viewer is just very, very bad. It is very bad. But good job. Yeah. What did you just force on the monkey, though? What did you guys do on the monkey?
Force E.
Yeah, force E, and you force his jump. Not bad. Now maybe
Go
ahead.
It's so messy in my mind. Like, I have to track enemy resource, and I have to like know enemy comp, and I'm thinking of this at the same time now. What enemy comp is? enemy resource track and where's enemy position and when should I
Yes,
different bubble
yes.
and I play and communicate with teammate like this.
I
And I'm
I
so
see.
messy. Like, should I like think less?
I think you need to find out what the most important things to think about are and then forget the rest. Do you right now need to track? What is the most important thing for you to track versus this composition? About whether you should push or whether you should play slow or whether you should, how you should use bubble. What's the most important thing that you need to track?
I don't really know.
Think about it.
Sorry.
Is it Brig?
I don't really know. My brain is stuck now.
That's okay.
Most- I
That's
like,
okay. That's okay. Do you think
like
is
enemy Sombra where like this and carry my
Okay.
back line like this. I don't know.
I understand it can be confusing. So let's think about the most important thing. Who on the enemy team is the most scary for your backline?
Sombra and Monkey
Okay.
and Ananate.
So Monkey. Okay, so Monkey, Onanade, Sombra. All right. Who do you guys want to try and pressure all the time?
Monkey.
Monkey. Okay, so
And Sombra.
Monkey and Sombra, right? Okay. So to me, when I see this composition, I would like to always keep pressure on Monkey. And I cannot track Sojourn E. I cannot track Brig Bash. I can't. Sometimes I can track Sombra, right? Maybe I could track on a Sleep Dart, on a Nade. Those are good things to track.
So
But
I
for
should
right
like
now,
just
go ahead.
I should just like focus on one thing for
Yeah.
like
Yes.
one time.
Yes. I think the most important thing that you can track is Monkey Jump and Monkey Bubble.
Okay.
Because if they do not have Monkey Jump and Monkey Bubble, I think even if their Ana lands a big nade, I don't think that they will win. They can nade, it doesn't matter now. Monkey can't go. Even if Sombra can't go, I don't think they win.
Okay.
Maybe sometimes, but I don't think they can. So what I want you to think here is no Monkey Jump, no Monkey Bubble. What can you guys do?
Push.
Yeah. If you don't have to push, but you can if you want to. You can if you want
I don't
to.
have to. I don't have to push, but this is why I'm confused again. Like we have Lucio Calm,
Mm-hmm.
but there's different decisions. Like I can just hold point and wait for the point unlock, and then
You can.
we
You
start
can.
playing. But yeah, but like we are Lucio Calm, so maybe like I need to push or something.
You
Like I
can't-
don't know if there's actually a correct thing or not, or is it just a game? Then I can like be
it
creative.
is. Let's put it this way: you can push because they have no bubble. That will be a correct thing. You can also say, I do not want to push, I want to capture point. And instead, you stay on point and you shoot aggressively. You do not push, but you shoot. Keep pressure. Pressure on a pressure monkey, right? That will also be and play and not kind of play it slow, you know, but aggressively, but slow. You see? That will also be the correct play. Because they do not have bubble, you guys can just do whatever you want. The not correct play would be to sit and hide, right? They have bubble, shoot them. That bubble's a waste, shoot them. So you do not have to think, oh, is a Lucio comp? Do I need to push? Or we have to play slow? Just think, they have no bubble, let us shoot them. When they do have bubble, let's play it a little, we need to be a little bit smarter. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. Now, what do you think would you like to do? Right. What do you want to do right now? You're wreck, like you go back in time and you play this map again. What would you call to do?
Call to first I call enemy Winston or bubble, Winston half.
Yeah.
Then I start walking in front, taking position.
Yeah. You could bubble. Could you bubble your monkey or your Reaper again here if you wanted to?
That's cooldown.
Well, you have one more bubble left, right?
Yes.
Could you bubble your Reaper again here if you wanted to?
No, I mean like I cannot bubble at the same time, like in a short time.
Yeah. You're right. But like in a second you can, right? So would you want to bubble him if you wanted, if you could? Like right now you can bubble, right?
I need to like communicate more and like I still have bubble. Go push like this.
Yeah. Do you want to push this with the other bubble? Do you want to save your bubble again? Because like, you guys could do both right now. You guys could do
I
both.
think I have to push this. I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think pushing this is not bad. And like, you even like look at this here, like big anti-nade. But are you guys really scared right now?
No, the monkey cannot engage.
Yeah, the monkey can't do anything. Like I don't think you're really scared. And if the monkey does push, then you're gonna go bubble 1, bubble 2, monkey dies. You know?
Yes.
So like, good patient. Like, is this good here?
Yes.
Yes, this is very good. This is your second bubble, and you got it. Okay, not bad. Anna should die. Nice. And they're pushing you. Are you okay?
No,
Well, I mean, I don't know. Look what you got.
the monkey gonna kill me. I think.
Yeah, they're gonna shoot you, but what do you have now?
One bubble.
You have one bubble. Bubble! Win the fight. Easy. Nice job. You see?
Yeah.
You saw monkey bubble and you decided to play slow and let your Reaper play aggressive. And did you do it? Did you do a good job? Did you play it right?
Yes.
I think so. I think you did a good job. And guess what? You won the fight. Nice job. I like it. It's good.
And now the fight is ended. Then
Yes.
I like just start fight planning right. Yeah.
Yes,
no,
right
I mean,
now.
I
Right
fight
now.
planning right now.
Right now. Talk with your Reaper. That's the most important person you can be talking about right now. Reaper, where do you want to set up? Where do you want to hide? Do you want to hide, like, you could hide here and push monkey. You could hide in here, push backline. We can play here. We could have a Reaper up here and go in behind. Talk with your Reaper. You and your Reaper got to be together. You got to be buddies. You could do it with Sombra too. I think Reaper's more important in this comp, but talk with somebody, make a plan, make an idea. You have no ults, so. Okay. What will you do with your next bubble? I mean, do you see the problem here?
We are so back.
You guys have no idea what to do. What is your Reaper? Let me look at your Reaper's plan. Does your Reaper have a plan right now? Does he know? Oh, is he gonna? Right? He's just kind of like running around, right? He doesn't know where to hold. You guys don't have an idea. You guys don't have a plan.
Yes.
You need a plan.
But it's like I don't know, maybe feeling tired. I don't know. Like my
Maybe.
brain doesn't work.
Maybe. So the problem here is, if you got into this situation, what would be the proper plan? What would be the proper plan?
We need to hold the space in front of the choke, like in front.
Could you also hold point? Would point be okay too?
Point. Yes, but I have to like see enemy position.
Yeah. The answer is that it does. You can choose. You could hold here. You could hold here. You could even push them out here too, right?
Yeah.
But you have to choose. So are you thinking about like what the best play is right now? Maybe there's too much thinking about what the best play is, and then you don't come up with a play. It's too slow. Just think of an idea and do it. Try it.
Okay.
Remember how we talked about with pressure? Don't be afraid to make a mistake. Just try it. See what happens.
Okay.
So
Yes.
right now, you need to be thinking with your Reaper. Reaper, what do you want to try? Let's have some fun. The scrims are fun. This is not a tournament. You will not die if you lose this tournament. Just have fun. It's a game. Reaper, what would be fun? Maybe your Reaper is like, oh, I'm gonna TP backline, and then you bubble me, and then let's push on the monkey and push while I push on the backline. You know, have some fun. Come up with an idea. Maybe you're 100 charged right now. Maybe you think, Reaper, you bait, and then I'm gonna push with double bubble because I'm 100 charged. I'm not gonna bubble you, right? Maybe you're on a hides, right? You're on a hides and looks for a flank nade. You know, you guys have to come up with something right now.
Yeah, but like I don't know which is the best. So
It doesn't matter which is the best, and you
let's
will not
say-
and you
say
will
anyone.
and you will not learn which is the best if you do not try different ideas. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There,
yeah.
you need to start there was a story. There is an old fable about a rabbit and a fox. And the fox is talking to the rabbit about how smart he is and how he has 900 plans, and he can climb a tree, he can jump, he can fake, he can sprint, he can pretend, and he can make a barking noise that sounds like a dog, and he's got all these ideas that help him get away from when the hunting dogs come after him, right? And you know what the rabbit says? The rabbit says, "Oh, I just run really fast. That's all I do." And the fox goes, "Oh, you're an idiot. You only do one plan? One plan? That's not going to work." Well, then all of a sudden they hear hunting dogs, and the rabbit just runs away. And the fox goes, "Well, I could climb a tree, but, or I could bark like a dog, I could pretend to be a dog." Well, and he sits there, and then the dogs eat him. That is you.
Oh yeah, true. It's a good story.
Yeah, it's a good story. So, do you only need one plan? No, you can have 2 plans, or maybe 3. Maybe you can have Reaper hide, or you push with Ana, or Sombra hack on backline. But you guys have to practice something. And what's happening right now is you're thinking about so many different plans, and you're so scared. And just have fun. Have fun. It's okay if you guys try something and it doesn't work. Okay, try again. Try something else. It's just a game. It's just a game. To remember the Zarya voice line? It's just a game. Why you have to be mad?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so just have some fun. And the thing is like you get so upset over this. Like you're like, "Oh, I just don't know what to do," and I get stressed out, and I'm confused, and maybe I'm tired, and I just don't know what to do, and I'm stupid. No. You're not stupid. You're very smart. You know what? Just try things. Try things. The only thing that I want you practicing on is working more with your Reaper. Working more with your Reaper about setting up these bubbles, and then you having different fun ideas to practice, to try with plans. That is it. That's the only 2 things I want you to work on. Oh, and no 6 hours to sleep.
Yeah.
See, when you start getting confused and scared and frustrated, you start making mistakes. I think maybe your bubbles are bad because you think too much, because you're too scared. You're too confused and too stressed. Look at this bubble.
Yes, I don't really know what's going on.
That's a terrible bubble. Just awful. That bubble is not because you are not smart. That bubble is because you were too chaos, confusion, right? It's a mess.
Yeah.
You know that bubble is bad, but you're too stressed. You're thinking about too many different things. Maybe your bubbles are not the problem. Maybe it's because you're too stressed. You need to calm down a little bit. Maybe if you do that, then your bubbles will fix themselves. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think so.
Maybe so.
I'm quite sure.
Okay.
If I'm like calm, then I would be doing good.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. And so we need to figure out what will make you calm. Maybe it's my plan's idea. Maybe it's not. Maybe there's too much pressure from playing in scrims. I don't know. But you need to focus on that. That needs to be that you need to solve that.
Lifting weights.
Yes, exactly. You need to enjoy pressure, enjoy the stress, and then also make it simple too, right? Make it simple. Don't think about when you go and lift weights. You don't do 30 moves. You do 2. You only 2. Just what's the plan? What's the plan? That's all. What's an idea we can do? Work with my Reaper. What's an idea we can do? Work with my Reaper. What's an idea we can do? That is all.
Okay.
Maybe that will be better. Because we've seen in the previous map, and even this map, you play very, very good sometimes. When you're relaxed, you play very, very good. You're good, Zarya. Did you know? Did you know that your Reaper was gonna do that?
No.
Yeah, see? And what's the problem? Look at your bubble. Look at your bubble. Wait, you had to save the Lucio, okay. But look. Look at your bubble. You almost had it. You should be saying, Reaper, 2 seconds, right? Almost there. And then he can wait.
Yeah, I'm still in the chaos, so I don't know what should I do.
Yeah, you and your Reaper are not working together.
Yeah.
If he'd waited 1 second, then he would have for sure been safe.
Like I'm confused. Like I don't know. Play on based on something. I have
Yes.
to play based on something.
Yes, your base should be Reaper. You, Reaper, together, team. And then you do that, and then everything else will be better. When sometimes there have been teams when I have coached Zarya Reaper before, when we pick the Reaper and the Zarya, not because they're the best Zarya and Reaper, but because they're good friends. Do you know why that is?
No.
Because they talk to each other. When the map starts, the Reaper is very good at communicating with the Zarya, and the Zarya is very good at communicating with the Reaper. And maybe the Reaper is not so good, but he talks a lot, and they work together. And so then they play better. Do you see what I'm saying? So you could be the best Zarya in the world, and your Reaper could be like the best Reaper in the world, but if you guys don't work together, it's not going to work.
Okay. Yes, true.
Okay. Let's watch one more team fight, and then let's finish this and let's talk.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Not a good bubble. Uh-oh. I like this. I like it. Let's do it. Come on. Nice. Excellent. Very good.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Thank you for today.
Yes, of course. I want you to practice these things. This is so good. When you are confident and you are relaxed, you play very good. This is really good. So here's the thing, though. This is the bad thing. I have to tell you. Okay. So I know I'm saying, play confident, play relaxed. It's just so it is not easy. It takes practice to play confident, and it takes practice to be a good communicator with your team. Okay. You're not gonna come away from the session and be like, oh, everything's perfect. It's all better now, right? It's gonna take practice. And practice. But I do think that this is what you need to practice. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Understand.
Do you have any questions?
Maybe not now. Thank you.
If you do have questions, as I said, just message me, okay? I'll always be available.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Good luck. Let me know how stuff goes, okay? Let me know how your practice goes. Okay. Have a good rest of your day, Rek.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, so that was Rek. 4.4, 4.5K Zarya. Somebody like on a different plane than really us peasants out here when it comes to the gameplay. But if you guys didn't notice, a lot of the same issues that we've talked about are issues that affect bronze players, silver players, Overwatch League players, like mental mindset focus issues, confidence issues. Those are not exclusive to lower ranked players. In fact, they under pressure of being higher ranked and under more demanding circumstances, oftentimes they come even more. So it's a good reminder. Doesn't matter where you're at, these sort of basic conversations never become irrelevant. What am I drinking? Just water. Just water in a mug. All right, catching up on chat. If you guys have any quick questions, we can take a second. What does the fox say? The headshot, the headshot indicator in the kill feed in Overwatch 2 is trash. Yeah, that is one of the things that it's not as good. They, in fact, before they didn't even have the red. The red is a pretty relatively recent adjustment that they made to make it more visual. It used to just be like the crosshair that indicated a headshot. They didn't even have the red. So thankfully they fixed that. Yeah. Sombra, okay, so Sombra is not super, okay, here's the thing you guys have to understand about like contenders meta. It doesn't always follow Overwatch League meta in the exact same way. So for example, like what we just saw there is a meta that hasn't been popular in Overwatch League for some time. Just as in Overwatch 1, a lot of people are playing 6-man dive with like Sombra Reaper. It's just because I wouldn't say it's easy. It's not an easy comp, but it is very simple to understand where you, your Zarya, your Reaper, Lucio kind of all have to be on the same page. And if you can do that, that's like the vast majority of the comps. So you'll see a lot of contenders teams playing it, similar to how some contenders teams play FAR, because the goals of the comp are relatively simple, like what you want to accomplish. But yeah, okay. We will keep going. Let me check my calendar to make sure I have the right Kochi next. Yes, okay. Ready? Okay. I think we're good to go. Hello. How's it going?
Hello. How's it going? Good.
Good. Let me get your replay code pulled up. How's your day been so far?
It's been good. Only had like one class today, so that's nice.
Nice. What are you studying?
I'm doing engineering.
Nice. How far are you into it?
Sophomore year.
Nice. My grandfather was an electrical engineer, was super successful, invented a ton of cool stuff, and I grew up like looking up to him. What specific type of engineering?
I want to do biomedical engineering. So
Nice.
like surgery robots, stuff like that.
Sick. I almost went into engineering myself, actually. I started
nice.
my college career going into engineering, and then I pivoted at the last second. But yeah, engineering is sick. That's so cool.
Yeah, very hard though. But
yeah, I can imagine. Let's check through your coaching form really fast. So 6 hours of play. I'm just kind of skimming through. So what do you hope to get out of this coaching session? What's the goal for you?
I just want to like improve because like I'm pretty sure there's going to be an Overwatch team here in my university. So
At your university. Nice.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure there will be at least, and I want to just get better. I think I have a lot of issues in my gameplay, so
Okay.
I want to improve on that.
Well, you are Plat, so there will be a lot to work on.
Yeah.
So you enjoy just playing. Have you competed on a team before? Because you're talking about you're going to have a university team. Do you know what that kind of experience is like?
Not really.
Okay, so you've never competed on a team before. Have you? Let's put it this way. First off, what hero do you play in this? Like, what's your in-game name?
I'm sorry?
What's your in-game name in this?
It should be just Dingo.
Dingo. Okay, so it looks like some Tracer. Is this just Tracer? Okay, we're just Tracer.
It should be just Tracer. Yeah.
Have you ever competed with a 6-stack, or have you ever played a really sick ranked game with great shot callers, or have you ever had that experience before?
Yeah, I've done that before with like 6 stacks, but
All
that's pretty much the extent of everything.
Okay. Have you are you more of a communicator? Are you more of a listener? Where are you kind of
I
fall?
find it kind of like I feel like I not tunnel vision, but like I can only like focus on like one thing at a time. So I think I listen a lot more than calm.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that's also you have to consider that the hero that you're playing is so mechanically intensive that it can be just difficult to do multiple things. So we always have to kind of talk about, like with the previous VOD review, like what's the most important thing that you can be calling, and what's the most important thing you can be listening. And for you, especially if you're planning on if you're playing ranked, the listening is oftentimes more important than the calling. Even in Overwatch 2, I imagine teamwork is still, it's hard to get a good shot caller, right? You never want to rely solely on your teammates. So your goal is you want to play in a good team environment. You've done it a little bit before, and you just want to also just improve. Like if there was no university team, you would still want to rank up, I assume.
Yeah.
What are your short-term / long-term goals aside from the university team then?
Probably short term would be hit like high diamond-ish, because like I used to play a while back. I hit like 3,200, and then I stopped for like a year, and I became very bad.
Okay.
And I'm
Why'd
now
you
like
stop?
hovering around 26, 2,700. I just didn't have fun with the game.
Why not? If you don't mind me asking.
I don't know. I think it was just the heroes I was playing. I was playing on like Cassidy, and that's just
Yeah.
and so it wasn't really that fun. Plus, a lot of my friends at the time weren't really playing
Gotcha.
as much.
Gotcha.
So I just kind of dropped it, and we started playing like Valor instead.
Gotcha.
So, but now with the whole Overwatch 2 stuff, I'm like, I like got back into it.
Are
started
your
playing
friends
again
going to be coming
recently.
back?
I think like 2 of them probably
Okay.
are.
Okay.
So,
All right. So you said you didn't have fun playing Cassidy.
so I
So
switched
then
to
why
more
did you
like,
play him?
because I was winning games.
I see.
It was
I see.
very easy. It was
I
was
see.
back when he had like
That's
the
crazy
blue
fire
stars
rate.
with 25 HP and the crazy fire rate.
Ah,
so-
yeah. I remember those days.
Yeah.
So you're saying that even though you were winning games, you weren't having fun because it wasn't the hero that you enjoyed playing. So you still don't enjoy Cassidy?
From time to time, I'll play him. And I'll have
Do you
fun with
play
it,
him
but, like,
because you enjoy it, or do you play him because it's the best hero for the situation?
Sometimes it's like if I'm not, because like usually if I want like a hit scan for like the situation, I like go Ash or something. I much more
Okay.
prefer playing Ash.
Okay.
But if they have like Doomfist or like flankers or we're getting dove a lot, and
Okay.
I'm like, okay, I can play.
Yeah. I would consider, if you can, you do like Tracer more than Cassidy, yeah? Are you there? Uh-oh.
Oh, my headphones disconnected for a second. Yeah, I do enjoy Tracer. A lot
Okay,
more.
you join Tracer. So then I think like Tracer Ash is probably an okay hero pool. So if you wanted to drop Cassidy entirely, that would be fine. Like if you're getting Dove a lot as Tracer, you can do a lot for your team. Like you can basically say, I'm going to look for their flankers, their Genji, their Sombra, their Tracer, their Ball, their Monkey, and just pre-pressure them out permanently. You don't have to play Cassidy to play versus anti-dive. Tracer's actually a lot of ways, especially in Overwatch 2, considering you're losing your flash, is better versus dive than Cassidy is. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ever heard of marking as Tracer?
I've heard the term. I have no clue what it means. Though.
It basically, so let's actually just take a second. This will be like a cool little thing we'll talk about. This stream here. Hopefully the bit, like I heard some complaints about the bit rate, so hopefully I'm not like murdering your eyes.
It's fine right now.
So basically, like if they were to run Tracer versus this comp right here, what could you do to help your Ana stay alive versus the Tracer?
I guess just duel her when she's on the Ana.
Exactly. Like even before she's on the Ana, if she's trying to get to your Ana, she's going to have to come through this path, and you could duel her. And the other nice thing about marking as well is like you can get a little bit of help from it as well, because oftentimes when they're setting up for the dive, their supports cannot see them, but your supports can see you, at least a little bit. So if you do what you're doing right now, you don't even know it right now, but you're marking. That's actually exactly what you're doing to the enemy Doomfist. Like he needs to take a flank to be able to dive your backline. So if you stop him from doing that, then you're marking and you're allowing your team to play squishier against their comp, because you're basically peeling your team before they can even set up the dive. So you can either preemptively prevent the dive, or you can peel the dive like a Cassidy with a flashbang. You kind of see what I'm saying? And oftentimes,
I think the only reason why for this Doom was because he was low HP.
Right. But what I'm saying is that I'm not even saying that necessarily peeling is good here, but like if you can, that is something that you could do with Tracer, which I think that you don't necessarily need to play Cassidy, is what I'm saying. So if you really don't enjoy the hero, if you play it in Overwatch 2 and you're like, hey, I like this hero, fine. Tracer Ash Cassidy is actually a great hero pool. But Tracer Ash also covers the majority of the holes that you would need. Now, one other thing I want to talk about, I'm actually going to stop stream for a second here, is Sigma Diva as tank. What on earth did you include your tank hero pool for? Or why on earth, I should say. Respectfully.
I used to play a lot of Sigma Diva. I don't know why I included them, to be honest.
Okay, that's a good question. Why did you play it? Was it just farming the priority passes? Was it just fun? Like, what was it doing?
No, I actually really enjoy playing them, but I'm not really looking to like improve.
Okay. Sounds good. Just fair enough. Just like obviously, you know the spiel. If you've seen any of my streams or any of my reviews, just be very cautious about expanding your hero pool, especially into heroes that are cross roll. Especially for you, like with actually your average training day. I'm a college student, so lots of school, gym, and other stuff. Mostly play on the weekends. I mean, that's like super red flag for playing tanks too, right? You're not playing a lot, and your goal is diamond. I mean, that's going to be hard enough as it is, but it's going to be a lot harder if you start playing Sigma and Diva again. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Anything else that stands out to me? Hope to get better. Understanding your role of flanker DPS. That's good. We can work at that. 7 hours of sleep. That's not bad for a college student, especially in engineering.
Yeah.
And okay, so we should be good to go. Do you have any questions before we get actually started on the gameplay review?
No
okay.
Questions right now.
Let's get started. So that didn't take too long. So why Tracer? What is Tracer good at? Why would you pick the hero? Like, let's say in this map, why would you not pick Ash on this map?
Well, normally for me, like I just have more fun playing Tracer, but I guess like
that's a very good reason, by the way.
Yeah.
That alone is a good reason. But like, let's say you liked Ash and Tracer equally. In what situations would you pick Ash, and what situations would you pick Tracer? I gave you a little bit with the marking flankers thing already, but why else would you pick one of those heroes?
Usually, I pick Ash when there's like longer sight lines and like more high ground available, which I guess Anubis is here. There's a lot more high ground and stuff like that.
Yeah, don't worry about what you did here. Like, he just picked for fun, but like, yeah, okay, so that's good. So then where would you pick Tracer?
And then Tracer, if it's like more confined, I guess there's more flank angles. If they have like squishier heroes, then I'd go Tracer.
Okay, so what is Tracer good at? Would you just, if you were describing it to like literally a brand new player, like what is Ash is pretty obvious, but what is Tracer? She's not quite so obvious.
I mean, she's just like a pain in the ass if you're playing against her, and she's just like on your back line like 24/7.
Yeah. I remember when I first like coached this hero to. I was coaching a kid actually, an 8-year-old, 9-year-old girl, and the way I described it was like she's just an annoying fly, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to kill a bear with it, but you're just going to be able to be a constant harassment and distraction that's going to allow the rest of your team to have an easier time. And where you and what you harass really depends on your positioning. So if you're playing Tracer, why are you here and not here? I guess would be my first question.
Because if I'm just chilling on the high ground, I don't really see like a way that I can get into a good position.
Right. Do you have good
If
shield damage?
No, not at all.
No. And so then you're not going to be doing a lot just shooting shields the entire game. I'm not saying don't shoot shields, but that's not your priority. So then the other question is, then do you have really good sustain? Like, are you very independent would be my question. Like, can you keep yourself alive by yourself?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay,
right?
so then, yeah, I would agree. So then that's the first question when it comes to positioning is like how deeply you angle depends on how well you do versus just tanks and shields. And then how good you are at just kind of keeping yourself alive. Like if you compare yourself to a Genji, is a Genji a little bit more straightforward damage than you? Maybe a little bit more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is he as independent as you are though?
No,
not quite.
Not really.
So he falls somewhere in the spectrum. So Genji might play somewhere like on a high ground here or a high ground angle here, but he's not going to completely flank necessarily all the time. Now you compare yourself to like an Ashe or a Cassidy. Ashe Cassidy will take a flank or an angle, but they're way better at shield damage, but also way less independent than you are. So you kind of see that spectrum of like independence versus just raw damage. So then that affects how you play the hero. Like you want to play the hero in a way that you can play the most greedy, aggressive angles that you possibly can to either use them yourself or to stop the enemy team from taking them. Kind of like what we see with the Doomfist. Okay? So we want you on angles, we want you on flanks, either marking or pressuring backline. You look at the enemy comp right now. Do you think that there's a lot of squishies on the enemy team that you can easily kill?
There's Ana, but that's pretty much it.
Okay. So then what do you think the majority of your pressure is going to be? Is it going to be killing squishies or just being a general nuisance?
Being a nuisance.
Being a nuisance, exactly. And then being the nuisance is the marking that we were talking about earlier. That's exactly what it is. If there's a Genji that's trying to flank, he forces deflect. If there's a Doomfist, you prevent him from taking the flank. If there's a Winston that jumps your comp and then tries to stabilize and get back his HP here, you do not let him stabilize. You keep shooting him and shooting him and shooting him and shooting him and shooting him, so he has to jump out again. That's the goal. Okay. And if we're doing that at the same time as our team is shooting them, whether it's with Orisa or BAP or Sigma or Genji or Ana, then you're going to do just fine. Okay? You have any questions so far?
No.
A lot of information, but these are all like things that are pretty much the case in every game versus every composition you have to be thinking about. That is way too quiet. Okay. Is that quiet for you too?
I might have 3. Yeah, no, it was a little quiet.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's go back a little bit here. Is that any better?
Yeah, it's a lot better. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So you're not even necessarily going for backline here, but you know that as Tracer that there is not a hero in the game outside of like maybe a Roadhog that can kill you 1v1. So if you run into anything on the flank, you just win. Like they cannot win, and that's why you're so like we talk about that independence, right? There's nothing that can beat you on that flank. And if you start to lose, you run away.
Right.
So like it's really, really difficult for them to lose. And if you think about this from your team's perspective here, who is this Winston and Lucio and Genji diving right now? Who are they all on?
Front line.
The front line, right? Do they want to be doing that?
At all? No.
Not really. Like your bat maybe is mispositioned here a little bit, and that's not great. But this is exactly what you want. You have prevented them from taking the flank, so that they had no choice but to just jump your tank line, and that's very dangerous for them. That's very easy for Winston to die here, or very easy for Genji to die because of that. And look at their Doomfist right now. Is their Doomfist doing anything?
No.
No, he's literally he's literally out of the fight. And whose fault is that?
Mine.
Yours. And then the best part about that is not only did you get rid of him, but are you doing something right now?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, you're about to do something. Yeah. So like not only did you trade 1 for 1, you traded 1 for 1, and then now you can still do things, and he cannot.
Okay.
That's Tracer. Now, this is the moment of truth, okay? And this is where your brain as a Tracer player has to grow just a little bit. And the key thing with Tracer is everybody thinks I can one-shot a Zen. I can kill Widows. Everybody knows this. But right now,
I've been diffed by so many Zens in my short period of playing Tracer.
they were probably all me too. So here's the thing right now. And this is very important that you understand this. You do not need to kill backline right now. You do not.
Okay.
I would even argue that right now, going for that Ana is probably the worst thing that you could be doing right now. Why would I say that? Think about the situation. And then I'm going to go back to your POV. What do you see that you have right now?
Like ability-wise, or
Yeah, sure.
like? I mean, I have a recall. I don't have any blinks, so I guess going that far in is bad.
It's going to be tough, right?
Yeah.
Your job as Tracer is to be that annoying gnat. If it's going to take all of your resources, it's going to be risky to reach the squishies that are in Narnia, then don't worry about it. Just take the position that you have and shoot what's available. Look what's happening to your right now. Do you see these targets?
Mm-hmm.
You can shoot these targets. This monkey doesn't have bubble. You can shoot him. This Lucio is completely overextended. You can shoot him. You can force this Genji deflect. If you shoot this Genji and get him to half HP, he doesn't even have dash to deflect. He's killable.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? You have won your flank. Now use it. If you think that I can go for this Ana, okay, that's fine. I'm not saying that's bad, but I think like you don't have to overthink your target focus here. It's more important that you get the positioning right and then shoot what's easy. Shoot what's easy. Like right now.
Yeah, I think I went for the Ana here because I saw the Genji was there, and
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be very clear. This is not a mistake, but I'm not sure that this is optimal, and I want you to make sure that you understand.
Okay.
I want you to make sure that you understand that you don't have to do this. This is okay. Might even be fine, but you don't have to always go for backline.
I think sometimes I do end up tunnel visioning, and I end up like hard focusing backline a lot in my games, and I notice it costs me a lot of times.
Yes. Okay. So we'll keep an eye on for that. The only reason I'm bringing it up right now is because it is such a very common mistake, and it might not be your problem, but let's keep an eye on. Okay. So what do you think about what you're doing right now?
Now I'm just trying to keep their honest attention to prevent her from like healing.
Are you doing a good job?
I think so, because she's in this little room, and she's not
at risk
really
of dying?
doing anything. Not really, because I still have recall and 2 blinks.
Yeah,
so.
I agree. I think this is really good. I think again, if you line up with what we're talking about, if you're not going to get a kill, being as annoying as possible as you possibly can. Is your team engaging in a brawl right now? Are they fighting right now?
I saw a D.Va go to point, so probably, and I think that their Winston is probably on our.
So is your attention that you're taking now valuable for your team? Are you helping?
Yes.
Yes, I would agree. So if we turn around right now, like you don't have perfect vision, but if we turn around right now, holy crap, you are doing so much right now.
Oh, okay.
Look at this. They're taking a 5v4 right now, and you're just gatekeeping 2 people. You're gatekeeping the first person that you already caught, and then now he's like, oh, shoot this guy again. This is great. And the best part about this is, do you need to kill these guys for you to be valuable?
No,
you don't. You can.
Just got to keep their attention.
But the most important thing is that you keep their attention, and you survive.
But I'm pretty sure I do end up going in on this. I don't know. I think I lose here. Oh, no. Never mind.
Okay. A little bit risky, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong, but I want you to make sure that you have the right mindset. If you see the opportunity to get the kill, trust your instincts, get the kill. If you fail on it, okay, that's okay. Mechanically you failed, try again next time, but don't feel like I have to get the kill on the Ana, otherwise it's worthless. If you bully her into a bad position and you also have people turning around like the Doomfist focusing on you, dude, that is a huge return on investment. 2-on-1 and you can't not die, dude, take that every single time as long as your team is fighting. Every single time. Like, brilliant return on investment right now. Like you absolutely deadlifted this team fight for your team.
Okay, I thought I was throwing there for a second because I didn't have recall and I dove in and then I realized quickly shit, I don't have recall.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, as soon as you kill the Ana, I would have not have blinked here aggressively. I would have played it more cautiously and just keep that Doomfist busy. You know what I'm saying? But don't.
Got it.
Because you're in no rush to kill him anyway. As long as he's looking at you, you know that you're eventually gonna kill him. He just can't beat you in a 1v1.
Okay.
So just chill. I would have probably not have blinked here and just chilled. And then obviously things get a little messy here. But my point is that if the execution wasn't very good, the idea was good. What you were
Okay.
doing in theory was excellent. I want you to understand that. Okay. That is exact. Do you see what I was saying about like you don't need Cassidy if you understand this. You don't need Cassidy.
They dove the team, but then I was still like focusing or like keeping their attention, and then that
Exactly.
turned it into a 4v5.
You shut down one of their divers, and then you cut off their healing resource, and you cut off the threat of sleep dart and nade in your backline.
Okay.
That's a lot.
I didn't even know I was doing that. I was just me tunnel vision in the Ana.
Knowledge is power.
Okay.
Okay. This is what I was talking about in terms of like preventing cover for being useful for them. You could shoot the Lucio here because he's trolling, but if that monkey jumps in and tries to stabilize, you just peppering him here, and then the D.Va has a turn matrix on you, and then now your team is free to shoot the monkey. Like this position is just so good for you here. So good for you. This is so good. Okay. Let's You see how this is kind of awkward though?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like this is now like where we don't want to be as Tracer. So the question is just then how did we get here, and then what do we do about it? So things are a little awkward right now because you are missing your supports. So your whole mindset needs to be just, be careful, be cautious. So I don't even necessarily have a problem with you backing off here because your On and Bap are just not there, right? They're just not there. Okay, now they're here. Okay, so what's the problem here, and then what do we do about it?
Right now, I just don't think I have any angles on
Yeah.
anyone. I'm not
Yeah.
pressuring anything. I'm just on point in the front, doing nothing.
Right. You wouldn't want to be here as really any hero, but if you were like, for example, Cassidy, you would at least be doing something here, right? You'd be able to plonk down. Like, this is really actually really worthless. Now, that's better, right? That was better. Now, what was better about this? Ignore the pulse bomb side of this. What was better about this play than what you were doing?
I was pressuring something at least.
Yeah, you were pressuring something. Right. You're pressuring
I went in with like no resources.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily have a problem with it. Like sometimes when you go for a pulse bomb, right, you are going to kind of have to extend pretty deep, and you do almost hit it. So I don't have a problem with this.
And I think we lose.
Yeah, I think you're going to lose.
Yeah.
I don't think you've been a real factor this fight early enough. But I also think that it was difficult for you to do so because you were down to both of your supports. So your supports were in Narnia. So I think the only thing to take away from that for me is that I needed you to be a little bit more aware of where your supports were positioning.
Okay, yeah, that's something I don't really pay attention too much.
If your supports were not back there yet, does it make sense for you to be holding here anymore?
Nah.
No. So then where would you hold?
If they weren't back?
Yeah, like so they weren't back yet. Your tanks were like here, and then they like dropped and gave up space immediately. So then where would you hold?
Probably or like underneath the little bridge on the right.
You could
like next to the
like here.
Yeah, like right there. Yeah.
You could do that. You could do this. You could hold like up on this position here. You could hold even like you could even just hold here and just wait a little bit longer. You could hold on the high ground and then look for pressure from there. You could hold here. But you could also just hide and wait. On a Baps here, now I'm going to go, right? And then you'd have been in position to go for the pulse bomb immediately without even having to use a blink. You kind of see what I'm saying? The problem is that you started here. You were like, uh-oh, we're giving up space. I had to back up. And then where you backed up to was nowhere for you to do anything, right? But the problem was that you could have easily predicted that you would have had to have backed up. Why?
Because we didn't have our supports.
You didn't have your support, so of course you're gonna have to give up space. Right, exactly. So, just something to be aware of. And it's
so in that case, when like if I knew my supports weren't there, would I not even like show myself? Would I just kind of like hide in the corner and
just
then?
Hide. Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably the best thing you could have done. Either play the back angle, like you were saying, like play further back, or play forward and just hide. And then they might find you. Then you have to run away. But then the time that they spend chasing you, you're buying your team a little bit of time at the very least. So, yeah, that probably would have been the best thing to do, especially with pulse bomb as well. And they are really not wasting any time, are they?
No.
This is, by the way, we're talking about marking, right?
That was another form of marking.
I know what you're doing here. You're thinking he's 1 HP. That's why you're chasing him. You're not,
Yes.
and you're also not scared of Doomfist too. Like you're thinking like, oh, Doomfist, that's easy kill, and you're not wrong. But this is exactly like you're doing the right thing without even really realizing it, right? Like, do you really want to be shooting a monkey or diva? I mean, maybe it's not bad, but like if you have other targets that are easily available, like a Doomfist, for crying out loud, kill this guy. This guy does not want to be fight. This guy does not want to fight you. This guy does not want to fight you. It's a 1-for-1, and not only that, but you're always going to win that 1-for-1 unless he just completely like mechanically crushes you, which he shouldn't. Like okay, yeah. So this is actually like the moment of truth right here. Okay, so you're winning this fight. Okay, you're up 2. What is the only potential problem about doing this? I'm not saying this is bad, but what's the only potential?
The Doom has, he can just like
don't think about this only from Doomfist's point of view. Think about this from the entire team versus team. What's the only risk about where you are right now potentially?
I don't really know. Okay,
this is where you need to be aware of where your team is. Is your team pushing? If your team is pushing, you're fine. If your team is not pushing, then you might be in trouble.
They like just started to back up, I think, right?
Yeah. So they're backing off. You also have to back off at the same time.
Okay.
Now, what I'm telling you is things that you're going to have eyes in the back of your head to worry about. So, for example, this one, I don't think you're making a mistake here because you're in the middle of a dogfight. Like, it's not like you can turn around and see where your team is positioning. And it was also reasonable for you to expect your team to push, considering you're up 2. But just explain the concept so that in future fights, when you have time to check the awareness of your team, will you be aware? That's the question. Because you see, you almost die there. That has absolutely nothing necessarily to do with your mechanics. It has everything to do with the way your team is playing it. I think your team screwed up. Your team should have pushed there. But I want you to be aware of that being a potential problem. Nice. This is the marking, right? And I mean, look at that Doomfist. Like, why does that Doomfist die? What line does he cross?
He has to cross through my whole team to get to the health pack.
Yeah. Do you see his positioning in relation to his team now? You see that? That's why he dies, right? You don't even do barely anything to him, but he does the exact same thing that you did. He's thinking my team should push. His team doesn't push. He's overextended. He dies. So as much as you can between fights, before fights, quickly reevaluate. Like right now, can you safely pressure the enemy team at this point in time?
No.
Right.
I don't think so.
Well, okay. It depends on what we mean by that, okay? If you were to go fight this diva right now, okay, would that be value for your team?
I would think so, because their Winston is on our brig right now.
Exactly. So you would not get help, but you would also be but that you would make it so that Winston also doesn't get help. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah. Just always be considerate of those things.
So instead of thinking of Tracer as like, I need to kill squishies, I need to kill backline, I should think of her more like, who should I like focus and attack to make them look at me and let my team do the rest? The
reason why, okay, so I'm gonna blow your mind, and we're gonna tie those two things together. Why do you focus squishies as Tracer when you can?
I used to think like before, like these quick like 10-15 minutes, they were just easy to kill, but now I guess it's more of that they're very important to the team. So if I'm focusing them, the other team has to turn around and look.
Okay, this is where
help the squishies.
This is where you're gonna realize that you were right all along. Okay, the reason why you focus squishies is because yes, they are easy to kill, and when things are easy to kill, how much pressure does it put on the enemy team? If a lot. If you shoot a Zen, that Zen has to get help immediately, or he dies.
Right.
Whereas if you shoot a Diva or a Winston, okay, right? So this is why when you go for squishies, if you can, it's great, because it's not just about the kill, it's the threat of the kill, that even if you don't get the kill, the enemy team has to play really scared, because that's what you're really good at. You see what I'm saying? So that's why when you can, going for squishies is great, because it puts out a lot of pressure, even if you don't get the kill. There's a lot. They needs healing support, it needs DPS support, maybe it needs tank support. But the reason why you have to understand that getting kill alone isn't the goal is because sometimes, for example, like right now, it's just not reasonable for you to safely go and kill that Ana.
Okay.
So you have to find, okay, my goal is to put out as much pressure as I possibly can. If I can get a squishy because she's close or he's close, then I'm going to take it. If I can't, then what's the next step? And that's where most tracers don't know. You see what I'm saying?
it.
That
Yeah.
they don't know what to do if they can't go one clip is in. They don't really understand why one clipping is in was good in the first place outside of the kill. So then they don't know what to do with after when that opportunity is not there. For like right now, there is no opportunity for you to go one clip the Ana. So then what's the next best thing?
1v4.
Right. So this is where it gets funny though, because I feel like you have the wrong mindset here, because like, do you see how you go for the Lucio?
Yeah.
That's not really reasonable for you to kill this Lucio, right? Like he's just, and not only that, but like where are you gonna have to position to kill this Lucio? Do you see this?
I'm gonna have to cross the choke where everyone is.
Right, you're now frontlining, and now you're not only doing no pressure, you're risking your own life. And then what can that Genji, what can that D.Va do?
They can pressure me, force my recall, and then
they can pressure you, force your recall, and they could also just walk forward.
And yeah.
And you've now done. Remember the whole marking mindset. The marking is also how you put pressure yourself, and like look at your position now, right? Whereas let's play this in a different alternate universe where you're like, okay, I cannot go for the Ana, but you know what? I could just shoot the D.Va. It's not great, but it's okay pressure. It's pressure taken off of that. And I know that there's zero risk of me dying here, right? Too. And then maybe I can force that D.Va, and maybe that D.Va flies away, and then now I have an open sightline to that Ana.
So if I'm marking the D.Va here and she like backs away, do I stay in this like hallway thing, or do I kind of like blink forward, chase after a bit, and then make sure I have a way back and like keep pressuring her?
This is the best part about it. You get to choose.
Okay.
You can choose. You can remember how we talked about this in first point where you were holding high ground and you had the opportunity to either shoot, just stand here and shoot, or you could then use that position to go deeper.
Okay.
And either one of them was reasonable. Just depended on the situation, depended on the status of your cooldowns, right? So like, it's up to you.
Okay.
Like once you set yourself up for success, then it's really just about which path do you want to go for. Do you want to like go push this? Do you want to just stand here and then shoot the Lucio? And then okay, now there's nothing to shoot. I'm gonna walk forward to here. I'm gonna shoot that D.Va. If she backs off, do you just continue to pepper the Ana and the D.Va and distract them, or do you actually go for the kill? Yeah, I don't know. That's your choice. Depends on the situation. But it's better. Anything is better than what you do here, right?
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I find myself a lot of times when I'm like panicking and my resources are low, I end up like in the front line with my tanks, and then I'm waiting there for my blinks, and then by that point like we lose someone or we kill someone, and then that okay. But your pressure here is negative, right? So it's nothing. Okay, so let's think about positioning here. Ooh. Golden man. Definitely an engineering student. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I had found out that like I could triple blink from up there to like the high ground gate up here. Yeah. And I did it like I've gotten Anubis like 5 times in the past 10 games for some reason. So I figured it out that I was able to do that, and I was trying to do that, but
it's Jeff Kaplan coming from the grave, punishing you with one last curse of 2 CP before Overwatch one shuts on.
I've gotten like the same 3 maps in the past like 4 days.
Okay,
I hate it.
So let's actually take that opportunity to talk about it though, ignoring your goofy mistake. Why would you want to be here?
Because my thought process is that like I'm there. If they decide to push in and they leave their support zone, I can drop down and like pressure them, and then and force either get the kill or force them to do something about it.
Sure. Okay. If they decide to clear you, like let's say the D.Va flies up here, the Doomfist comes after you, and the Lucio, will you have to leave?
I don't think so, because I'm in line of sight of like my Ana.
Okay. Let's say this then. I'm gonna get rid of you. Winston, Genji, Lucio, Doomfist all come after you, and the Ana throws nade. Are you gonna have to leave?
Yes, I will have to leave.
Okay. So why are you okay with that though then?
Because they just used a bunch of cooldowns to get to me.
Well, that doesn't mean anything unless your team can actually punish them, right? Because they can just then wait and get their cooldowns back. But then that's the question: can your team do anything about them using all the cooldowns right here? Can your team see this position?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they use all the cooldowns here, what do you think your Genji, your Hog, your Sigma, your Ana are gonna do?
Yeah,
they're not in spawn. They're right here, right? They could see. They could just shoot, and they will be punished for that. So that's the other thing. If you get hard focus as Tracer, and you just die, and then your team doesn't do anything about it, you should immediately ask yourself: was my position somewhere where my team could help me or punish the enemy team for punishing me? Right?
Got it.
So I like this position. I think it's reasonable. I think you could even think that, okay, if I don't get the squishies here, then maybe I can see the Doomfist flanking, and then I'm like, okay, juicy, right? You have good vision on a lot of flanks, right? You could go for backline trade. You can go for a flanker. Like if the Genji dashes through and tries to set up for your backline, you can chase him. It's a Doomfist. You can chase him.
Okay.
I mean, you could do so much. I mean, honestly here, if the Winston goes solo, if anything goes solo here, you could force his bubble out. You could force his primal out. You could be an annoying gnat from this position because you can see everything. Now, what do you think about this?
I don't think it's very good. I think it's really aggressive.
Okay. Now, what do you mean by aggressive?
Because like I have like 1 blink, and
okay. Well, you're coming up in 2. Let's pull the low-hanging fruit here. Let's figure out the most important issue with this, okay? Because I agree with you. This is problematic, but I don't necessarily agree with you for the right reasons.
Okay. Let me see.
What's happening right now?
They're doing the fight, and I have nothing. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
I'm not helping my team at all.
Yeah, it's too late. The reason why this happens, though, is because you just mess up, right? You just fall down. So I'm not going to give you a hard time about this, but I want you to understand, like, this. The reason why this feels so terrible is because you're just so stinking late.
Yeah.
You're just too late.
Yeah, I think my thought process there was that I heard the Sigma fluxing, and then I wanted to get into like a position where I can shoot them.
Yeah, no,
but I
agree.
didn't want to go through like the front. But
I
then
agree.
That was just too late.
I agree. I think you made the best decision given the circumstance.
Okay.
I think I would rather if you can quickly get behind, even if you're a little bit late, I'd rather that than you just sitting in the front line. There might be times where you're like, okay, I literally cannot go into flank. There is no time, and in that circumstance, what's the best solution? Is it to take 12 years to go into flank, or just to fight?
No, just sit in the front line, I guess.
But I think you did. I think you did have enough time to get around, and I think you got here relatively quickly. But okay. Let's get a full spawn here. Hey, look at that attention. Nice. And you still land the stick. Wait, what?
Wait.
What?
I don't remember this happening.
What on earth? Okay, so like let's look at the attention there. Winston's jumping out. Lucio boops you. D.Va comes after you. Good attention, right? And again, look at like what your front line is doing, right? They're pushing in, right? Yeah. They're getting a lot of pressure. This is good. Good attention from you.
Wait for it.
No way, man.
Oh, I think I stuck the Winston. That's what it was.
Dude,
yeah, I remember
my boy
this.
just walks in front of you.
I remember this.
What?
Yeah.
No way, man. It was like a pixel.
Yeah, I remember this happening.
Look at this. Look at this.
I remember being a little upset about that. Yeah.
That's you got robbed, man. Okay, still good though. You force out the primal.
Right. Yeah.
I actually. Let me think about this. Yeah, I guess this is okay. I mean, obviously it's just an awkward recall position, right? Like.
Yeah, I have a really, really bad habit of whenever I pulse, I just spam recall. I try to get rid of it. Sometimes I do, and other times it gets really bad, and then.
Yeah, to be clear, I'm fairly certain you needed to recall here, considering where you did stick.
You need a timeout.
I think this recall is fine. It's just unfortunate that you literally ended up in the middle of the enemy team.
No, yeah, but like normally, like sometimes, like it's like the middle of a fight, and they're on this like alone in the back line.
Right.
I like blink in. I still have like 2 more. I hit a pulse bomb, and then I recall, and then
Okay. Well, then you're aware of it. You're aware of it.
I try and fix it. It's just every time I press E, I'm like, God damn, I didn't need to recall it.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay. This is good.
I'm pretty sure there's a big 2 CP moment here where we like stall that for a while.
Can I point something out here?
Yeah.
So this is what I'm talking about with your mindset being, I think, flawed. Look at your resources and tell me what you should be doing right
now. I should probably just chill here. I don't think there's a reason to go in yet.
Yes.
Even though we're down the person, I have nothing.
You have nothing. You cannot go for the Ana here and expect to live.
Okay, and I do go for the Ana, I think.
Exactly.
Right?
This is what I'm talking about, though, with your mindset. Where like, are you going to be doing okay pressure here? Are you going to bait attention? Are you going to do some damage?
Yeah, the Doomfist is already looking at me.
Yeah, they're already looking at you. You could just shoot the Doomfist. Maybe you can get the Lucio. I think like you're going to force Ana pocket on that Doom, and he might still die. And that's going to help these guys out a lot, right? What is not going to help these guys out a lot is you blinking in towards the Ana, and then the Doomfist just punches and you instantly die, and then or you get slept instantly because you have no cooldowns, right? Right. I don't think it's reasonable for you to be able to get good pressure here. I think it's way more reasonable for you to get good pressure and just sit and survive here. Bait this Doomfist, get the kill, right? Stall point, right? you don't have the resources or the position to go for backline, and you're still forcing it.
Okay.
That's what we're concerned about. Nice kill. 2 CP moment. Maybe you guys will stall it out.
I'm pretty sure end up winning this, actually.
I mean, not surprising, right?
I hate this map so much.
Yeah. I mean, again here, you're
just straight stalling for like a solid minute, I think.
I just even think like here, like obviously you're not necessarily going for like a squishy. But like, I don't think you need to force this. You know what I'm saying? Like even this, you're just like you're all in. Just shoot people. Like you have a good angle, you have a good position. Like the pressure here is not worth you're instantly recalling, and because you're standing inside of people, then you're gonna die to nothing. It's just it's sloppy. It's sloppy. The thing with Tracer is the steady balance of like what is the most pressure that I can put out. But if you end up dying for it, then how much pressure do you do when you're dead?
None.
Right. So did you do slightly more pressure by blinking in here and threatening the Doomfist? Yeah, but then you died it for it. So now all of a sudden it's not worth it. Now sometimes you're not going to be able to always predict what's going to kill you or not. But I could predict that you going inside of their face, inside of here, is definitely going to force your recall and probably going to cost you pressure afterwards. Because even forcing your recall for doing something aggressive is a lot of pressure loss, because if you don't have recall, how do you have to play?
Very passively.
Very passively. So now you're doing a lot less pressure there too. Would have much rather preferred you here to, again, not force the kill on the squishy, but just shoot. Just shoot. You see what you're doing. You're doing it again.
I'm focusing, yeah.
You're doing it again. I know it sucks shooting Primal Monkey, but shoot him. Shoot D.Va. Build a pulse. Then go for the kill. Recall. Play slowly off to the side of the point. Build up your recall again, and then go in a good aggressive. Like,
yeah, I'm just tunnel vision on.
You are just so tunnel vision. Like, you're 2 HP, bro. You're 2 HP and you're set. You are just so hungry. You are so hungry for the squishies. And this is... Go ahead.
My mentality here was that like we're on the stall thing, so I wanted to kill the main source of healing to like help.
Yes, I understand.
But even now looking at this, it's just way too much.
It's
like,
but
way too aggressive.
Even in 2CP though, like going for the squishy only really makes sense if you can't stall for time. Like if you're like a Doomfist, you can't stall for time, right? You just need to go all in, see if you can get a trade, and then get out again, right? But you're Tracer, man. You can live forever and stall and juke and farm and then like. There's a balance between playing for the dive and playing for the kill. So I'll cut you some slack because I think what you said is probably true. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I just got all over the place.
But it's like actually crazy how many times we have died due to you trying desperately to kill that squishy. And even in 2CP.
And here I go for it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one, at least you had a more open path towards her. So I'll cut you some more slack. Like there was nothing.
So each one of those times, it would have just been better for me to just shoot from the like.
Just hold the angle,
right?
man. Just hold the angle. Shoot. Then look for an opportunity. Maybe you see a nade. Maybe she takes a little bit of damage. So you look for an opportunity to kill. I just don't think like. I don't think like going in like this is good. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like trying to like frontline engage. It's too easy for them to react to, too easy for them to see, and it's too expensive for you. This is some next level 2CP. Like this is even
it is insane how we won this.
This is extreme even for 2CP. Like,
yeah, it was.
Holy smokes, dude. Okay, let's see how we set up for the next one. Okay, so you got Pulse. They have Cassidy. Now, Cassie's kind of an interesting one, actually, because it means going for backline, ironically, is, like, even better. Because, yeah, because here's the thing. It's, like, you have to be... Okay, remember the goal. The goal is not necessarily kills, right? What is the goal?
It's to distract and...
It's pressure, right? It's to threaten kills, but you don't even necessarily need to get kills. So if you think about their comp, if there is a Cassian on in the backline and you are harassing them, that's an instant 2-for-1. You got to see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's something you have to be more careful. There is a higher risk of death, but there's also a much higher return on your investment rather than just an individual Ana, because you're going to be taking a guaranteed 2-for-1 almost every single time you go in. So whenever you see things like this, don't be like, oh crap, they're countering me. Be thinking, oh sweet, they're putting more resources into me. So if I just do my job, then I'm helping my team even more.
Okay, because usually whenever I see a castle on the other team, I panic and I kind of I don't know if I do it here,
Don't
but
panic.
normally I like try and frontline a little more because
No,
like
no, no.
every time I try and go in the back line, I get flashed and fanned, and
No,
then
no.
I get upset, and then I just
No.
never go for the back line again.
No, if you just play to live and don't worry about getting kills and just pressure, pressure, they're thinking about your backline's mindset. Like they're thinking, oh, sick, they had to swap off of Doomfist now. Now they're so scared of our tracer, so now your backline's like really, really happy. So all you have to do is keep doing your job, but just survive. That's all.
Okay.
Again, your value isn't tied to I have to stick the Cassie, otherwise I'm useless, right? Okay. Why does this work?
The pulse bomb or like the
Yeah, in general, yeah. Why does this work?
Because pretty sure I saw the ball going in, so then I wanted to go in with him.
Yeah.
And they were all focused on the ball.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Why is that Cassie not flashing you?
Because he tried to flash the ball, or no, he's on the right.
He's on the
never
flank,
mind.
right? So yeah, he's totally on the flank. But theoretically, even if he was inside the team, he's not flashing you. And even if he
Yeah.
did flash you, he's flying through the air. Do you think he's gonna hit that headshot? Probably not.
No. Oh, the only guy's left. Okay, I was wondering how I killed her.
Either way though, she's stuck in the air. She can't move. She's gonna
Yeah.
die. You know, this is good. This is good. Timing matters. But be a good team player. Be aware of what your team is doing. It's gonna make your life so much easier.
So, are there times where I should be going for like those like I engage and then I try and get like the solo kill, or is that just one of those things where it's like you only do that if you're just 10 times better than the opponent?
So you're asking if you should ever go for like kills in the backline?
Yeah, like just straight up like double blink in and like just try and kill the Ana and then recall out. Like, should you
can.
never be doing that, or or is that like only gonna work when you're like GM playing like Plat lobbies, or?
No. It's a good thing to do, depending on the circumstance. So, I'm gonna ask you, why is your path to the backline so easy right now? You walk in and nobody even knows you're there until you're literally on top of them.
I think it's because they're all just focusing on the ball going in.
Why else? Let's look at your path here.
I guess because I took a path that like no one was watching. I'm not.
Okay, nobody here, nobody here, nobody here. Still nobody here, nobody here, nobody here, nobody here. It's because you used the flank.
Okay.
My problem here wasn't the fact that you were necessarily going for the squishy.
It's that I was just going in the front line, running in front of all 5 of them.
Exactly.
Or 6 of them.
You had no path to the flank, so it makes it a lot less attractive to do things like that. If you have a pulse bomb, you can get away with like double blinking in, pulse the floor, and get out, and then play slow. But it is rough going through the enemy team to get access to the backline.
Okay.
You need to go around. And remember, we talked about this at the start of the VOD. You have the independence and resources to go around. And if you run into anybody on the flank, also trying to flank, you don't care, right? You could beat them. You can beat them in one. You can beat anybody in a 1v1.
Yeah.
That's what we want. So your job here is to clear the flank, and then if the flank is clear, use the flank to get to the backline. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. And it really often is that simple. But it's just the only difficult part is finding what angle or what flank is best for you, right? Like I like this flank because of how much cover you got. You got a mini that you can recall to. This flank was not as good because it's like more exposed, right? But also if you fail to jump, this is better than this, right? So yeah. And then right now, is this good pressure?
I force the D.Va to turn around when they're like.
Okay.
Well,
now
not
what
right
do you
now.
what do you not what do you not have? What do you not have?
I don't have recall.
So how do you play?
I should maybe play closer to the mini and like pressure the D.Va from there.
No. Simple answer. Don't try and micromanage here. What is the general mindset for when you don't have recall?
Oh, just don't go in.
Yeah, just don't. Well, don't go in. That's too extreme. What's the mindset?
Don't.
How do you play on a scale? Yeah, on a scale of high risk versus low risk, how do you play?
Towards the lower risk.
Towards the low risk. Is what you're doing now low risk?
Chill. Not really. They have 3 people there.
Okay. Well, who's there though?
The Genji, I think that's Lucio.
Yeah.
And D.Va.
I think what I'm saying is I think what you're doing here is okay as long as you just sit on your blinks. Just sit and shoot tanks. You're good. You have a good angle here.
Oh, okay.
If that Genji turns around and dashes you, it doesn't matter. You're gonna blink away. You'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, what can actually kill you right now instantly? Nothing, right? The only thing that maybe that Genji surprises you, I don't know. And then you just run away as soon as they turn around at you. I mean, that's good. That's fine.
Okay.
Seems good to me. Like I really don't want to like micromanage how you're playing right now. I just want to like kind of give you some very basic kind of general guidelines that will make like this right here is not even that bad. The only problem here is that you played maybe a little too aggressively considering you didn't have recall versus him, right?
Okay.
This is fine. This is general pressure. Like this is the problem here, right? Is like you only have the one blink and you don't have recall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just play this duel a little bit more chill. Your Lucy ends up coming in with a kill. Nice. But now you have recall, so now you can do whatever you want.
30 seconds remaining.
Set up. Set up. Set up. Set up. This is not where you want to be. I don't care if there's 20 seconds left on the clock. Don't just forget how to play the game, right?
Okay, okay.
Is what you're doing now good?
No, well, the Zoom's in, but I think he's feeding, so probably not a good thing right now.
Have you been met on the flanker angle?
No.
So then what do you want to do?
I guess just stay here and like contest it.
Yeah, you can contest it or you can use it and go deeper. It's up to you. What do you think is best given the circumstance right now? What do you think is the best thing?
Probably just contest it.
Yeah,
I
think your Doom is feeding. I think he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think for you, maybe just sit here. And that's exactly what you do, right? You kind of realize you see like, if I go for the squishy, then I think I'm probably just gonna die. There's no way. No way.
I don't know how the Doom got it. Welcome to Plat. Yeah.
What? Did just nobody turn around?
Yeah,
No,
welcome
it's
to Plat.
there.
Yeah.
Look at this diva. This diva's like object permanence.
Yeah.
There's a doofus. He's got no cooldowns. He's right next to you.
And he just bombs in.
What are you doing, man? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, that's actually wild. Okay, I think you made the right decision here. And then, okay, so then you have recall. So you can play a little bit more aggressively. Is the enemy team engaged in your team right now?
No.
Wrong answer. Look.
Oh, okay, never mind.
See?
Yeah, they are.
This is why awareness is so important, because what you're doing is either trolling the lobby because you're literally in their spawn, or
Wait, you're cutting out a lot.
okay,
what
so,
did you say there?
Because I was young. This is what I get for yelling. Okay, either you're trolling the lobby because you're going into their spawn, or you're big brain distracting 3 people while your team is cleaning up the diva and engaging endpoint.
Okay, okay, that makes sense.
And the difference is whether you're aware of what's happening behind you or whether you're not. Because again, right now, remember we talked about you don't even necessarily need to get a kill here, right? Especially with the Cassie.
I just need to distract them.
Just distract them. Keep them busy so that these guys just end up dying on point. And you are the best hero for keeping people busy. That's just foolishness, right? That's just foolishness. You should know better than that. You knew he was looking at you. You knew he had flash. You could have just walked in, recalled, or even blinked back out again, played for time, juke. Blake here. You don't really need to stop the res even. Like I know it's like I gotta stop the res. You can't. It's okay. Just keep him busy.
Okay.
So that's not a bad decision, just terrible execution.
Got it. Okay. I think that's probably why I think like every time there's a cast, I always like
exactly
play frontline. It's because I do stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the mindset again. You see it? You see it?
Yeah.
It's you're so thirsty. Like if you stick this monkey, he's gonna have to primal. That's a 1-for-1 trade, and he doesn't. And that's a good trade for you too, considering the ease of like how easily you force it. And if he doesn't have primal, which I'm sure you're not even tracking primal, he's dead. He's dead.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing they can do. He's dead. But instead, you're going for this really high risk, high reward play when there's a low risk, high reward play literally right in front of you.
Okay.
It's not even necessarily better to go for the mercy stick. Like if it's a Winston kill or a mercy kill, the result's the same. Now again, I know he has primal, but you don't know that. A kill's a kill. Pulse on a tank. If your team can shoot that tank, that tank is dead. And then again, like it's the whole mindset costing you, right? It's not just, oh, you missed the pulse. It's going to cost you your recall. And then look at where you're at, right? You die for it. You die for it. Whereas again, you're in a situation where like you could have just held the angle, shot, stuck somebody, and then maybe look for aggression at some point in time later. You are dying for these aggressive plays, and it is costing you a lot of pressure.
Okay.
I mean, this is impossible. Now
yeah,
it's impossible. Okay, do you have any questions so far?
No, I think I'm understanding. And I
Okay.
go for yeah.
Let's watch. I just want to see a couple team fights in the attack here because it's a lot easier to do these things when you're on defense because you already have the angles and positions.
Yeah, I found that a lot of times when I'm playing Tracer, I don't know if it's that I'm just going too slow or what, but usually when I get set up, like either the fight's done or we won or we lost.
Okay.
And
Okay. It's hard on attack. You
know
don't have
why.
space, right? You don't have the angles that you want. So let's see what happens. Okay, your ball is in. Now is your time to do what?
I guess just pressure their backline because they're all focused on the
Are
ball.
you doing any pressure? Is it any possible way that you can pressure their backline right now?
Actually, no. Maybe get into a better position while they're focused on the ball.
Yes. If your ball dies, get something out of it.
Okay.
Because if you walk forward and you shoot the diva, that is nothing. That is worthless. You're not distracting any pressure, not taking any angle, you're not taking any space, you've done nothing. So don't let him die in vain. Okay?
Okay.
Like, make sure that, like, okay, your ball's dead, but that you got behind them, and then now you're hiding, you're setting up for that Ana, or that you're setting up for that Zenyatta, or that you're setting up so the next time the ball goes in, you can actually help him now, right?
Right. Okay.
Good, good. Don't bail on this. I think, like, if there's like a Tracer pressuring you, maybe you have to bail because she can chase you. He can't chase you. He can't chase you. He's a monkey. He's stupid. He's got a 6 second or whatever. Finally, how do I not know this? Is it 5 second? I'm a professional Overwatch. Okay, doesn't even know the cooldown of. Okay, yeah, you get the idea though, right? Like you can blink up here,
yeah.
get the mega, and if they chase you around the map, you can lead them on a long ring around the Rosie, and your team will just walk out of the choke. So this isn't the worst thing you could have done because you definitely were trying to set up, but holy smokes, dude. Okay, so this is one of those times where you broke the rules, didn't you? You didn't set up an angle, you didn't set up a flank, right? Mm-hmm. You just walked on me. But why did you do that?
I knew my ball was in and they were focusing on like the front line, so I thought I could get an easy kill.
Yeah, you see Zen standing out in the open, and you're like, maybe I can go for the kill. It's okay. If you see an opportunity to break the rules, and it's like I'm like 90% certain that I can get this, go for it.
Okay.
The rule, once you have understood the rules, you can know when sometimes it's okay to break them. That's kind of like what we're saying here. You see a free kill, go for the free kill. It would have been fine, and maybe even better for you to go and set up for the angle on the Ana. But you see a free kill in the Zen, take the free kill in the Zen. Don't overthink it.
That was just too aggressive.
You just
me,
don't
right?
have, you just don't have recall, right? You're not on an angle, you're standing in front line, and you don't have recall. So now, what would have been the best thing to do? You've got two options here. None of them are particularly good, but you got two options.
Maybe back up and set up in like the right side without them seeing me because they're focused on the Zarya, or just back up all the way to the team.
You could shoot this. You could just shoot this monkey. You could set up for an angle. You could turn around and be like, "Yo, this angle is way too aggressive. Let's kill these guys." Right? Again, remember, consider what your hero's good at. You can kill this sucker. You can kill this sucker. You can kill this guy too. So like right now, you could either back up and just clear, or you can set up for your next aggressive dive. But just front lining like this is just
Really bad.
This is really stupid. Yeah, it's just not smart. Okay, you can start to set up now. Good. Good. Love it. I mean, you're showing that you at least have most of the right idea. Now, disaster. Oh no, you've walked all the way around behind and the Ana's no longer there. I'm baiting you. This is still good.
Okay.
This is still good though, right? Because what can you do from here?
Okay, I know what I do next, and it's not. I don't think it's the right play, but I think what I do here that just like pressure from high ground. Right?
Yeah, just shoot. You could shoot the Ana. You could shoot the Ana, then you can drop for the kill and then recall back to high ground. You can blink across to the opposite high ground and shoot the Cassidy and Genji from behind. You could blink across to the opposite high ground and drop to here and shoot the stupid monkey in the back. Like you have so many options now that you've gotten through. Let's see what happens.
I think I remember exactly what I did here. Yeah, I did not get the kill, and I just.
This isn't bad. I would have preferred you to recall to high ground because it's a better position for you and you have the mega. But I really don't think this is bad. Again, consider your timing here, okay? Like, obviously the mechanics of it and how the details are not good, right? But like, what's happening right now? You just forced Nate, okay? You just forced Monkey's jumping out. He's shooting you. Look at Monkey. Look at the Ana. Look at the Monkey. What is your team doing right now?
They're taking space on.
They're taking space. That
lane.
Cassidy just died. That Genji's going to die shortly afterwards. You win the fight. So even though you're not doing it well, because you're doing the right thing poorly, it's still working.
Okay.
And you're still gonna get the kill. The
I think
funny
I
thing,
died for it though. I'm not
yeah,
sure.
yeah, I would not have even died for that. Like you've won the fight. Look at the amount of pressure that you're getting. Just chill.
Okay. Yeah.
Like especially once your recall's done, just pepper. Play slow. Play with your double blink. You know, whatever. You've done a lot. You're good. Don't trade 1 for 1. This fight's 1 if you live.
I don't remember. I don't think I live. I don't know. I guess I do.
You did fine. You carried this fight. You carried this fight. You carried this fight because you were in the right position and you pressured at the right time. That is the fundamental of Tracer.
Okay.
It's really, really well done. Okay, I want to watch. I know we're running a little bit over time. Do you have a couple extra minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm free the rest of it, pretty much. So.
Okay, sick. I just want to see how you attack the second point. Oh, and there's the Cassidy. There's the Brig swap. So you have won. You have won. This doesn't necessarily mean that you have to swap. Now, if you look at this and be like, I can put out more pressure as Ashe versus this.
Oh wait, you cut out there again.
That's
My
no worries.
Wi-Fi here comes and goes.
No
so.
worries. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you look at this and you say, I can put out more pressure versus this as Ashe because they've gone full like defensive mode than Tracer, that's fine too. But keep in mind, if you're able to make it work with Tracer to where you can get an angle and pressure and force him to look at you and you survive, they have now put 1, 2, I guess not exactly 3, but they've made 2 direct swaps to counter you.
Mm-hmm.
You've won. You've done a good job. And we don't even know if this Zen player plays Brig. You know, we don't even know.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We don't even know if this Doomfist player is a good Cassidy either, do we?
No.
They might be, but that's clearly not what they wanted to play. They wanted to play Zen, but they can't. You've ruined their day. You've done your job. And this would be the time to swap if you're like, it really is going to be really hard versus these guys. Go Ashe, and then you've done your job.
Yeah, usually I think I would swap, but I just really want to play Tracer.
Yeah,
so
you
I
have
kept
pulse,
going.
and also consider this map. Are there flanks available for you on this map?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think you're okay. And again, remember your mindset is like, even if you, as long as there's flanks that you can use to pressure, the map is fine for Tracer. The mistake
I thought
here,
he had backed away completely, and he was still up there.
That's okay. Just really, really unfortunate because, you know, fight's happening now, and look at your positioning, right?
And I don't have recall. And the positioning's bad.
Hey, look at that. Stick on Diva ends up working. Who would have thought? The funny thing is even though it kills the Brig, it doesn't matter. If you stick the Diva like that, the Diva's dead.
demeched.
The Diva's demeched, yeah. And then now, what's your mindset?
I guess.
Live!
Well, I mean, right now I'm like 10 HP, so
Yeah,
I
live.
I don't think I should have lived that, but
Yeah. But just live. Just live. Your old mindset is just to live.
Okay.
No
Yeah.
way! Oh, I apologize for your ears. Okay, I have to see this. This is excellent.
Yeah.
No! Oh no, poor guy.
The crazy thing is,
He rolled you. He rolled you.
Yeah, I got smacked there.
Yeah, I just don't think, again, like, it's not even like that crazy of a shot though. That's the funny thing.
I'm pretty sure here I thought I was full HP, and I thought he had like a crazy flick, and then I realized, oh wait, I was at 50.
Yep, exactly. That's what I'm talking. That's exactly what happened, right? You had 50 HP, so you know. That's all. Okay.
And I think we lose this because I'm pretty sure I'm like 99% sure we end up losing this. I don't know how, but I'm pretty sure we lose this.
I mean, you just lost your Zarya. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
At least they
yeah.
used Rally though. Okay. Let's watch one more. Oh, smoked. Okay, so if they are constantly marking this flank, there is other flanks to take. You know, you can go through here.
Wait, they're constantly marking what?
If they're constantly marking this flank, there are other flanks.
Okay, yeah.
You can go here. You can go under through here. Because again, you have to think about like that. What that tracer's thinking about. She's like thinking about what you're thinking about. Like I'm gonna keep that tracer busy, right? But the problem is now that you've got like a pulse bomb, right? So you're like, I want to use this pulse. So on a tank or a squishy or something. So take another path. Take another path. Set up through here. Set up through under here. Wrap through here. Maybe you can get a pulse from this angle. You seem on the attack. You seem very, very focused on. If it's not through right, then I'm just gonna go through main. Like the entire side of the map, you need to consider. I think you'll be able to figure this out on your own though, because as long as you're thinking about like what we talked about in the review, which is like exploring the map, taking different angles, I think you'll be able to figure some of these things out on your own. And it also doesn't hurt that this map is like completely irrelevant in Overwatch 2. So
yeah,
jeez, dude. Because I know what you're thinking. Here comes the pulse bomb, right? Like. You see how easy that is for them to eat?
For them to eat, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like you're just frontlining the entire fight here. So you've already died twice to being frontlining, and you've actually done absolutely nothing in terms of actual pressure. You got doomfist punched for crying out loud.
Yeah.
We don't love that. Oh gosh. Again, just live. Just shoot and live. You're doing. It doesn't feel great, but you're doing good pressure. Like you already have 2/3 of another pulse bomb. Okay. Let's stop there. So, what are the priorities for you? Like, what were the most important things to talk about that you learned?
Wait, you out there again? What was that?
What were the most important things that you learned or that you need to be focusing on moving forward?
I need to focus on pressuring whoever, as long as it's like in a safe position.
Yeah.
Be a pain in the ass, but don't like overextend. Don't hard focus supports if it's not easy to do.
Yes.
It's perfectly fine to just shoot tanks and as long as I'm staying alive, it's good.
Yes. Agreed.
Use different flank angles if some aren't working. Marking people that are using those flank angles on defense is also something I need to be doing.
It's all about you taking the best possible position for you to do the most possible pressure, and then pressuring whatever you can. You want squishies. Everybody wants squishies. But if you don't get the opportunity to kill squishies, there's other value still there. And remember, your pressure is not through necessarily killing squishies. It's through the threat of killing squishies.
Got it.
Like what you were doing on Ana at the end there forced so much response and forced her to completely do you think she's even hitting her shots when that's happening too?
No.
Literally in every way you break it down, she's calling for help. That's distracting her team. She's calling for resources that are not going on your team. She's missing her healing shots. She's missing her damage shots. She's sweating. She's mentally boomed the next fight. Like you are causing a lot of havoc just by being there and putting out that pressure. Do you have any questions?
No. I mean, if I have any, I can just DM you, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course. I just realized I didn't even realize your training week section. You just sent. I forgot that you sent me that message.
Oh yeah.
This all looks. This all looks good. The only thing I would say is like maybe it's worth it to at least for 10 minutes a day between one of your games, take a look at what we talked about. And see, did I take a good angle? Was my timing good? Was I targeting the right things at the right time? And then just give yourself a little bit of feedback. Doesn't need to be long, but while you're in queue, I think it could be a good habit to get into. Make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. I will chat with you later. Have a good rest of your day, mate.
Perfect.
Appreciate
Thank you,
working
you
with
too.
you. All right, cheers, mate.
Thank you for doing this. Bye.
Okay, so that was JBJ DKSSS. Your average biomedical engineering student who is also a Tracer player. So hope you guys learned something from there. Like the thing with Tracer is I'm always like super I always struggle because I almost always end up giving more information than I want to because I just enjoy talking about Tracer, because Tracer's like, she's a little like DVA, she's a little like Zenyatta as well, where like so many big picture concepts kind of tie in with Tracer. She's like Overwatch poster child, I guess. Front runner, poster child, because I don't even know if it's necessarily on purpose, but she really is like the encapsulation of all like the Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2 fundamentals like tied up into one hero. That's Tracer. Like so many basic concepts tied in with Tracer. Okay. Good to see everybody today. We got one more VOD review. We'll check chat really fast. The enemy team has provided us with great content. Yeah, that blade was absolutely brutal, man. Brutal. Hey, Spello, I started playing Overwatch about 8 months ago, and I just now got into comp last season. Nice, cool stuff. Everyone always talks about taking height, and height is the key to winning. High ground, I assume. I always wondered why. If you could explain some of this to me, that'd be great, please, and thank you. Yeah, of course. No worries, Hyper. Appreciate the kind words. Let's talk about this. Basically, why cover or high ground is good. Like, let's actually just use this map right here. The reason why high ground is good is because if you consider when I'm here, consider my vision right now. Like, what can I see? I can see here, I can see here, I can see here, I can see over here. It's like when you climb a mountain, you can see everything. When you're in a valley, you can see nothing. And in Overwatch, being able to see things is what allows you to make good decisions because you have good information of like what's going on here, right? But it also, and just in a really raw, crude way, it allows you to shoot people, right? You can see more things so you can shoot more people better. Whereas if I'm stuck in the choke here, it's not just the fact that it's a choke, but you also see that when I'm on the floor, my vision is limited. The enemy team can duck behind this floor and I can no longer see them, but they can still see the rest of the map. I can see very little. It's not just the natural cover, but it's also what I can actually see here. Do you see how limited this is because I'm on the floor? Whereas when I'm here, or even like here, like look at how much I can see. I can see like everything going on in the team fight outside of what's happening behind here. Second point, same kind of thing. Would I prefer as Ana to be playing here? Or just a small adjustment, right? Small adjustment here. Do you see how much better my vision is of the battlefield here? I still have fairly decent cover, but it's just slightly better vision. Slightly better vision. That's really what it's all about. It's just being able to see things easier and being able to use that stuff to be able to hit more shots and make better decisions. High ground is important. It's not always the best move. For example, high ground, if I were to play, let's say there's a Widowmaker on the enemy team. Would I really want to play like here, a sniper? Well, I've got great vision, but because I'm standing out in the open, maybe it's better to forfeit some of my vision for better hiding spot, for better cover, so I can avoid her line of sight, right? That's something to consider. Like, let's say, again, if they have a Widowmaker on the enemy team, do I really want to be standing here? No, probably not. Maybe I would want to give up some of my vision and play a corner like here, or to play like here, right? So there's times when it's good, times when it's bad, but generally high ground is an advantage if you can safely use it. Hydrate, thank you. You would try to play high ground and always lost. Well, it depends. If you are high ground by yourself and your team is doing things elsewhere, then high ground itself is not good. Here's the thing, is like whenever people give you little tips about like use high ground, use this and that, tips are great, but they don't necessarily fix everything. You can get bad feedback for doing the right thing. For example, if somebody told me you need to be taking your vitamin D, so I'm taking my vitamin D, I'm getting some sun, I'm getting a really good job with vitamin D, but I'm sleeping 3 hours a night and I'm eating junk food. Is taking vitamin D and getting more sun going to make me feel 10 times better? No. It might make me feel 2%, 5% better, but I wouldn't notice it because I'm still eating junk all the time, right? So if somebody says play high ground is good, they are not wrong, but it might not be the most important thing if you're new to Overwatch. That's why coaches exist, is because I can look at your gameplay, or other coaches can look at your gameplay, and they can say, this is the most important thing for you to adjust or for you to work on. Because there's all the information that I'm giving is not unique or new necessarily. Certainly not within my own channel. It's things that I have said before, certainly, but it's about finding like what's most immediately applicable. So for you, if you're trying to figure out what you need to get better at Overwatch, you might need to look at each team fight and think about, why did we lose that team fight? Could I have been with my team better? Did I mess up my cooldowns? Did I waste my ultimate the fight before and not get anything out of it? And then try and find like, what's the most important thing for you to fix? Not what's the easiest necessarily, but like what's the most important thing? Because if you fix your high ground usage, maybe you win 2% more, 5%, 10% more of your team fights, but maybe there's something else that would impact a lot more. Okay, sick Bender. Glad to help. Great question though. But junk food good? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's always the tricky part. Don't look at my quick play, guys. I play way too much quick play. And especially nowadays, I've been playing with friends, like the one last Overwatch one, hurrah. Okay.
Traveling to Dorado.
Let's
Battle.
let's get this set up. I think we're just about ready. Quickly looking through the rank in here, and okay, let's do this. Hello.
What up?
How's it going?
What up? It's okay. I'm tired as fuck. Let's do like,
I appreciate the honesty. My father-in-law is very famous for, how's it going? How are you? And always answering that one honestly. He will go,
Yeah.
not good. And sometimes it's nice to hear that, I tend to, everybody sometimes is a little bit too polite, but sometimes it leads to better conversation when you just are honest, If somebody had asked me last week how I was doing, if I had answered honestly, I would have been, not good. I'm way too tired. So I appreciate the honesty. So you're still here, even though you're tired. So you're quite brave. Why are you here though? What is the long-term goal? You're probably asking yourself, why am I here right now as it is? But you're here, so what are we going to get out of it? What's the goal?
well, the reason I got the VOD is because comps are like super like frustrating to play because I don't have any like meaningful goals set for like any of my gameplay.
Okay.
So it's just like tilting because it feels like super unproductive.
Yep. It's kind of
So-
going through the motions with no real purpose.
Yeah, basically. So
Okay.
I've been losing games, so I don't know.
Okay.
Here we are.
Okay. So you are off-tank player?
I am like exclusively off-tank player. Like
Okay.
I've been playing it for like a while.
Which player are you in this VOD? Are you the Snickers? Or Big
yeah, I'm
you're
Snickers.
Snickers. Is this a Zarya VOD or is it a mixture?
It's
Zarya?
I think mostly Zarya, and then
bit
I
of
switched to Diva
Okay.
late.
We'll put a off-tank in the thing here, then let me get my thing set up. Okay, so you
Okay.
talked about short-term. It's not as fun for you to play without having goals. That's a good mindset to have, and that's good to hear. But what's the long-term goal? Why is it just you just enjoy the process of improving, and that's kind of just enjoying playing the game, or is there something else?
Well, I hate playing comp. Like I actually hate playing comp. But I like scrimming like a lot higher SRs. So the point is to play comp to work on like my individual like ability like as a player.
Okay.
So that I can scrim higher SRs because I find scrimming like super high, like fun.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. And how long have you been scrimming, and do you scrim regularly, or how often is that, or is it just kind of like pickup games, or does it just depend?
I scrim pretty regularly. It stopped recently because I just left the team for like other reasons.
Okay.
But I've been scrimming for about like a year and a half and playing almost exclusively scrims because I just didn't like comp. But then my coach told me that I had to play comp, so
Yeah. I mean, your coach isn't wrong.
yeah.
Unless you're scrimming literally 2 blocks every single day, then you'll probably benefit from playing ranked at least a little bit. How often do you scrim? Generally, when you are scrimming.
Normally about 3 days a week.
Okay, and 1 block a day, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to find a way to be able to supplement that. So looking through your notes here, it used to be a lot better at the game. You took a 7-month break. Why was that?
This was like the point where I was starting to get a lot better at the game. And I trialed for like a 3.6 team that had like Natter coaching it or some shit.
Oh, that's cool.
And yeah, and I got like denied or whatever because they had like a better player.
Mhm.
And I got like kind of fucking like tilted and just took a break from the game, started playing like League or whatever.
Okay, so so you have so much tied your enjoyment into like the scrim scene that if that didn't work out, then that like completely destroyed your enjoyment. Is that the case?
Yeah, literally. It was like the last scrim and I was like, bro, if I don't get on this team, I'm quitting this fucking game. And I
Has
did,
it always
so.
been like that? Like where I mean, at least since you started scrimming, has it been like that, or was there a period of time like obviously everybody starts the game enjoying it for a purpose, but like did scrimming ruin your enjoyment of ranked, or was your Overwatch enjoyment fading before you even realized how good scrimming was?
I don't know, honestly. It's been for most of my like time playing Overwatch that I was scrimming. Like it was only 2 months before I actually found like a
Holy
Plat
smokes.
team and like joined it.
Okay,
So
that's crazy. And you've been playing the game for how long?
about a year and a half.
Okay, interesting. So I guess my question then to follow up is like, why is scrimming so enjoyable for you? Like, there's a lot of good things about scrimming, but like comparing it to ranked, what is the difference that makes it more enjoyable for you?
I think I enjoy doing it because I really like playing with the team, just like the team like dynamic and everything. But I think also it feels a lot like cleaner to play in like scrims.
Mm-hmm.
Like as opposed to comp where you have to like adapt to like a lot of different shit.
Yep.
It's like it's a lot nicer and more organized. And then also like, you know, I just really like playing with teams and everything.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Is what you said about not having any actionable goals in ranked affect how you play in scrims as well? So in other words, do you feel like you have more actionable focuses in scrims? Is that a
I
factor
think
as well, or no?
recently I haven't because I don't know, like in scrims I've just been doing the same thing and just like going with emotions.
Yeah.
And it's one thing that I noticed and had to like focus on myself. But before then, I had a lot of like individual goals on top of like team goals with like
Okay.
matrix usage on DVA and
Yeah.
everything.
And did that bleed over into ranked at all, or not as much?
It did, but when it was going into ranked, it felt a lot like worse to play because
Okay.
it was just so like weird to play ranked. I don't know.
Was it like just hard to kind of like practice those things in ranked?
Yeah, it was because I was like, I remember on Diva, I was trying to like work on like contesting off angles,
Yep.
and then I would get into comp games and I would just get like fucking like everything else would be like going on, and I wouldn't be able to like focus on that. So it's probably just like me not
Yeah.
super focusing on that.
Yeah, I
But
mean, it's also a skill set to be able to use ranked as good practice, because I think like even something I was realizing the other day was I was reviewing like with a Winston who's a big shot caller guy, right? And something that he had to like learn is that like it's not good enough to call. You just kind of have to use your ears. You have to kind of pay attention with your ears and eyes with like what's actually happening, and not assume that your team's gonna follow up. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they just simply can't, and so it's like building that skill set as well. So it's about finding like
and I
what are some
think
things that you can practice in rank that you can actually use in scrims too.
yeah, and I think that's kind of part of what comp is frustrating for, is because my team just doesn't do shit that I expect them to. Like on Dorado, attack, second point, I just expect them all to walk high ground because, you know, like it's
Mm-hmm.
Dorado second point,
Mm-hmm.
but just nobody walks high ground. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just like frustrating.
When you play with teams in scrims, is it usually teams that you play with like frequently, or do you pug, or do you pop from team to team? Do you build like relationships with these guys, or like how does it generally work out?
Normally I play on the team for like at least a few months, and then when I feel like I've improved enough and can like scrim like a higher SR or like a different team, maybe I'll just leave.
Okay,
So
interesting.
a few
Interesting.
months on the same team.
Do you find sometimes that your teammates will act unpredictably, or they'll make bad plans or weak calls at all, or is it mostly like been pretty smooth sailing?
Normally the plans are like dog shit, but normally I'm also the one like fight planning. So, but I mean, yeah, like they'll do like weird shit, but I don't know, it's like different in comp, I
Yep.
guess.
Yep. Okay. And then you said you were with the team up until recently, and you moved on from that team.
Like literally 2 days ago.
Okay. Is it something that you can feel comfortable sharing on stream, or is it just probably something more personal? I don't mind being told no.
Some guy called me a slur in the DMs, so I just
Okay.
left the team.
Gotcha. Well, that'll do it. Okay. Well, so then that's simple enough. I'm like looking for something, interesting. Maybe there's a tidbit that we can. No. Okay. that
Yeah,
was
no.
that. Okay. Simple enough. Okay. So we'll take a look at this. And I actually want to do this a little bit in an unorthodox fashion based off of what you're saying. I want to start immediately from the team fight where you got frustrated. Immediately. You said second point attack?
Yeah, like the beginning of second point attack.
Beginning of
I
second
thought-
point attack. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go right at it. Was it this fight here? Do you remember? We could skip around
I
a
don't
little bit.
really remember.
Let's see if we can find it. You just let me know if anything looks familiar.
I think it's just that generally, like that point generally is what
Okay.
was frustrating.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna make doubly sure there's not an actual team fight here that you missed. Let me know if anything stands out to you.
Yeah, not really. It's just kind of going into the point.
Okay.
I was like,
Okay.
even like saying a bush shot, like, hey guys, like we should go higher tier.
Yeah, we'll talk about it when we get there then. Okay. So,
Okay.
do you have
Okay.
any other questions before we get started?
No, not really.
Okay. So we're gonna have two goals from here. One is to give you actually something maybe specific to Zarya that you can work on, hopefully. But maybe two, maybe more, well, definitely more important, is being able to frame your mindset in a way to where we can actually view ranked as valuable practice and not just a frustrating chore. I'm not necessarily going to be able to flip a light switch, obviously, but maybe we can make some progress there. Because the reason why you play, well, you tell me, why would you want to play ranked? What does ranked actually train for you? Even if you hate it,
like
what does it do?
like individual like skill and like mechanics and just general like game sense.
Okay. What does game sense mean?
Like kind of having an understanding of like general like I don't know how to explain game sense, but like general like game state, basically just the understanding of it. Like
How
whether
do
we
you
have, like, advantage,
understand?
disadvantage.
How do you take advantage, or how do you learn from a game state? What do you have to be doing actively?
Like what do you mean doing actively? Like
So,
just like thinking about it?
If I get to like a point right here, okay, right now, complete chaos has happened, right? This is devolved, right?
Right.
What would be the best play for you to do, or what are some things that you need to be aware of and be making decision making wise right now? Like just very, very general.
Well, we know the fight's early, so they don't have ults, and then we have complete like control of the high ground, so I think I can just chill here, wait for it to engage.
Okay. What are some
go
things
on
that
an
you have to
angle,
kind of be? What are some things that you need to be like cautious of, or you need to be aware of, like for your team?
A ball engage, like coming up behind and then like slamming
Okay.
or whatever.
So how do you become aware and or anticipate that ball engage?
Bro, like look at him. I don't know.
Sure. I mean, it's really it's not hard. I'm asking weird questions, but it's just kind of anticipating, right? It's like anticipating these things and being aware of these things.
Right.
I this might be a little bit of a hot take, but I find ranked to be the potentially the best trainer for game sense that there is, even better than scrims. And the reason why that is because it's like training with ankle weights on, because you are always unsure exactly of what your teammates or what the enemy team is going to do. So what that forces you to do is it forces you to pay a lot more attention to what's going on around you. You cannot just assume that if your Ana's going to be under pressure that she's going to call, or you cannot just assume that this team is going to run a normal dive comp with Winston or Ball Zarya, right? They might run a Roadhog and put a Roadhog on the flank. So what's that going to make you do? It's going to force you to actually like use your peripheral vision. It's going to force you to be checking left, checking right, checking forward, getting information. It's the general awareness, and people talk about awareness like it's like, oh, I just need to be more aware. But like awareness is a skill set that you build by doing steps of checking your flanks, right? It's a skill set of, okay, we're between team fights. What is the enemy team going to do? Like what ults do they have? It's things like that. And ranked, because of its unpredictable nature and because of the communication isn't always there, is like, for example, are you relying on your Doomfist to call for bubble, or are you going to look at him when he engages and give him bubble? Do you see what I'm saying? That's like the game sense side of things. That's where like scrims is great, but scrims is making it easy on you by having teammates that will tell you and hold your hand every step of the way, right? And that's good. That allows things to flow easier. But in ranked, the fact that it's hard doesn't necessarily mean it's not valuable practice in of itself. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. That's maybe a way to think about it. Okay. So let's actually see what happens. Like, let's see if your game sense, let's see if your awareness is there. Because, especially because the hero that you're playing, why is it so important with the hero that you're playing?
I feel like because there's no mobility, my cooldowns are really like limited.
Yep.
And I don't know. I'm like a fucking hard carry for the team.
Who do you
as
bubble?
well, so it's important. Bro, like 3 different people. I don't know.
See that, but that's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. You could bubble Doom. Your soldier might get Dove, need bubble. Your Ana might get Dove, might need bubble. Your Hog might get purple, might need bubble. So you have like your entire team at different points in time could need bubble. So how do you know who to bubble?
Right.
You have to pay attention. That's why when we're talking about game sense, that's why ranked is so important for you, because in scrims, I promise you, there's going to be times where your team's going to mess up a communication or miss an opportunity to tell you or help you, and because you have trained ranked with this constant like 360 peripheral awareness of like what's going on and who needs help, you will be so much better at this game, because if you're so used to the chaos that you just thrive in it when it comes to the scrims. Scrims just feels like easy because you're already checking, okay, does my Doom going in? Does my Ani need a bubble? It's these kind of things that's actually so important for you to practice. So, like right now, what is your entire mindset right now? Like, who do you think you're going to end up bubbling here?
Probably just Doom. 'Cause
Probably
I don't
just
really
Doom.
think they have a threat on anybody else.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, like, look at his positioning, look at the situation. He's probably going to be going in soon. So you should never, ever be reliant on him calling for it. You should be waiting to do it, because you know that's what you're going to be doing. Don't love that bubble. Good, right? And this is good because were you surprised at him engaging?
Yeah, no.
No, you knew it. You were just waiting for it at that point. Okay. Don't love the personal, though.
Yeah, you might see some like weird personal bubbles, but that's because like the like placeholder goal I had was like try to get energy pre-fight because I noticed I was low energy. I didn't know if that was like right, but
Well, how do you get energy pre-fight?
you like overextend and bait them into
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you.
Exactly. You put them and you put into a position where you're like kind of annoying and doing actual damage to where they have to shoot you to get rid of you. So what ends up happening is it's an exchange of goods and services where they're happy to get rid of you, you're happy to give yourself, but you got charge out of it. You kind of see what I'm saying? But you need to make them actually shoot you to get rid of you. That has to be the goal. Okay, so then now this is where the awareness has to come to key. So I see what you're doing right now. This is good. We need to keep seeing this, where you were like, I have bubble again. What's happening next, right? You need to know exactly what's going on and who might need bubble. Your soldier dies here. I'm not going to blame you for that. This is just complete goofiness. But let's see what happens. Good. Very nice. Not so nice. Don't think you needed to bubble that.
Yeah.
Let's watch again. Like, I understand that you're dynamited, but that's like 40, 50 damage. You know what I'm saying? You're fine. I would rather you be able to sit on your personal bubble so that you don't have to back up and ask for healing, because you're going to be in a situation where you don't have your most important cooldown. And this is all fine, good. Now, right now, where is is your team safe? Is the ball still in your backline? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of see what I'm saying? You can't forget. You got to think. What's going on? What's going on behind you? Like you know, you don't even know what's going on. Just something to consider. Nice. I mean, that's exactly what we talked about, right? He's kind of an idiot for throwing that second series of shurikens, but you were annoying. You shot him. You took some damage. You then got some charge out of it. Looks good. Okay. What do you need to be aware of right now?
Well, I don't have personal, and they're on like a monkey Genji, so I could like die here maybe.
You could. Okay. What else do you need to be aware of right now?
Where my team is, because I haven't really looked at them.
Yeah, you haven't really looked at them. Why is that relevant to you?
Because I mean, if they're super far back, I have nobody to peel me.
Yep. Who do you bubble this fight?
Well, it really depends on what they do.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep. So how do you give yourself the best amount of information so you can decide who to bubble? Where's your Doomfist right now?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Where's your backline right now?
Well, I mean, we just saw them, but that's cheating. I don't know. I didn't look at them.
Okay. So you just saw them, but you didn't quite know where they were. Is the ball still in your backline? Don't really know that either. You don't know where the Doomfist is. So how are you supposed to make a good decision with your bubble?
Right.
Now, I'm being tough on you just a little bit here, but
No, that's okay.
okay. Because I look at your Doomfist right now, and I'm thinking maybe he could use bubble, but then I'm also looking and I'm like, okay, maybe now your Brig could use bubble, but then I also don't even know that you were like, oh shoot, Brig's here. I guess you could use bubble, right? That's not what we want. Nice personal. Looks good. Overall, the bubble use was good here, but I think it was by accident, not by purpose, right? Good. What should you be thinking about right now? I'm gonna keep asking this question over and over.
What the bubble, like who the bubble?
Yeah, exactly. What's going on? Where's my Doom? Where's my Ana? Is my Ana okay? Is my Brig okay? What's going on? Like, and the thing is like, I understand that there's some people are gonna be like, oh, you can't be doing that constantly all the time, right? And I agree. But the reason why I'm asking you that, I don't care now. Now you don't, please don't turn around right now, right? You got people to shoot. You got people in your face. But look right. You're focusing right now. What's happening right now?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, okay.
There's a little bit of downtime. You kind of see what I'm saying? Like there's just a little bit of downtime. You just got to kill. There's nothing immediately that you have to like kill that's shooting you right now. So just take this quick second. Be like, okay, who needs help? Okay, we all good. See, I look at this here, and then what do you think you should be doing now? Now that you have full information, what do you think you should be doing?
I mean, just like walking forward and taking that angle.
Yeah, just walk forward and then just, I mean, you really don't really have to bubble anybody right now. Just walk forward, and then if maybe your Doomfist goes in, or maybe they dive your Brig again, maybe you bubble. But now you look at this information and like, nothing matters. I'm just gonna go shoot people now. But you didn't know that, and now you're like, oh shoot, there's Doom, bing, perfect, right? And this is why, like I said, ranked is so good for this, because like you're not going to be carried by your Ana screaming for help all the time. Because the thing you have to understand is that like in scrims, even at the Overwatch League level, this is a skill set that Overwatch League players have to practice. This was something that we worked on a lot with Hadi, because Hadi would get very tunneled on his main tank play and would not always be aware of like his backline was. So we like worked on things like, okay, you need to be checking your surroundings, checking this here, and there. We worked on this with Landon, with his Batiste play, with downtime, being aware of the enemy flankers. This is something that you have to work on as well. Just because you've got, you know, players in scrims that are good at communicating things, you have to be aware of what's going on, because you're not always going to have that luxury, and that's what makes ranked good practice. Probably early with that bubble there, from just like a mechanical point of view. It ended up not being necessary. Probably a lost fight.
That's right.
Yeah, not
Maybe
great.
not the greatest graph.
Not great. I think if we let's apply our thinking process though here, right? So they're shooting you. Actually, you know what? This one was an awkward one because you didn't really have time, did you? You were aware of where your swishies were. You see your Doomfist go in. Maybe there's a quick opportunity here to be aware, but I think at this point it's a little bit too late. So we won't worry about this fight as much. You waste the grab, unlucky, go next. Now, this is going to be a really tricky one, because if you think about your team's positioning here, do you see how this could get theoretically pretty messy?
Right.
So you're really going to have to keep your head in a swivel. Always checking. There could be people coming from underneath. There could be people coming from behind. Like, this could be tricky. So let's see what happens. That was not necessary. They're trying. He tried. Probably not necessary to bubble that either. I would much rather prefer that, just like how, remember how we talked about your concept with personal bubble as well, where you were making yourself a threat, baiting attention, and then using it, right?
Right.
The same kind of process needs to go with your projected bubble as well, where you respond to either the enemy team pushing your team or your team pushing the enemy team. Right now, I look at your Doomfist, and is there anybody really pushing your Doomfist right now?
Not really.
Not really. Is he pushing anybody himself?
Not yet.
Is he at a critical HP to where he just needs the bubble period? Not quite. So like, what I would like him to do is him to be bubbled now, right? Because he's actively pushing in, you know he will get damaged, but now he's not, he doesn't have the bubble, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, bubble aggression. I
Yeah,
got it.
bubble aggression either from the enemy team or from your team. Huh. That's just a bit of greed. You're like, mercy shots, free charge. But unfortunately, you kind of wish you had bubble now. Good or bad bubble?
I I think it was fine.
I think it was fine too. I think like remember the key here is like you're not an Overwatch League player, so if it's an okay bubble or a good bubble, it's good enough, right? It's not a bad bubble.
Okay.
Take it. He was clearly going aggressive. He was being shot. The bubble's fine. Probably would give up high ground here. How did she die to... Ah, but that she dropped. Ah, no, she messed up. Okay. All right, let's keep watching. Nice. Wow, that was a mess, but you guys managed to hold in there. Okay. What do you need to be aware of right now?
Just generally, or like right now, right now?
Right now, right now.
Probably not a whole lot. I don't really know where Monkey is. Okay, yeah, that makes sense actually.
You see? You reacted, you did not anticipate. He was right next to you, and you didn't even know. And you should have died for it. You got flashed, and you bubbled him late. I mean, that ends up being like the perfect encapsulation of what we're talking about, right? Where like a better team kills this Doomfist, even though you're literally standing right next to him with bubble available. That's exactly what we're talking about. And if you consider downtime, right? Now's the time, right?
Yeah.
Where's your Ana? Maybe this monkey is like, I don't know, crept behind, he's jumping your Ana, right? You need to know these things. Just a simple 0.5 second pivot is going to allow you to make so many more decisions. Like, you do turn around there, but you don't even know that your Doomfist is literally on top of you. You're like, oh, shoot. Right? And then he ends up dying anyway because he doesn't get the kill on the... He dies actually because he doesn't get bubble. Because look at this engage. Imagine if he had bubble right now. This Cassie's dead.
Okay.
Right? This Cassie's dead and he lives. So... And this skill set is something that you can practice in ranked. It does not matter how bad your team is or what comp you're playing. You see what I'm saying? That's what makes this goal valuable. And this is something that will also carry over very well into scrims as well. That was something.
It was desperate, right?
I mean, it was like, it looked like you were just like, maybe they'll shoot him, build some charge. I actually don't have that big of a problem with that bubble because you're like, maybe they'll shoot him. And it's not like you're probably going to need the bubble for the next 8 seconds, so not the end of the world. I just like making fun of you, that's all. All right, let's see here. Looking around. Okay. Nice. Good. It ended up not working out, but I appreciate like the awareness, right? The anticipation. It looks good. Look, quick check behind. Like, are you look like you were checking for Ana as well? Is that the case?
Probably.
Probably. I'm pretty
2 days
sure.
ago.
That's yeah. I mean, it's been a little bit, but this looks pretty good so far. Uh-oh. You're tunneled a little bit on the grav. So I'm gonna cut you some slack. But this is why like S tier awareness as an off tank is like unbelievably valuable.
Right.
Maybe he dies. I'm gonna cut you some slack though, because you're grabbing here. I don't think this says to misplay. Oh, that's unfortunate. Thought for sure you guys would be able to follow up off of that. Good. No surprises, right? You saw him jumping. You knew where your brig was. No surprises. Again, no surprises. You see him? What is that? Oh. It's like, what is that over there? It's like Sleeping Cassidy. That's hilarious. Okay, I look over and I'm like, what is that thing over there? That's funny. Okay. So, this fight is mostly lost. There have been some misplays with some bubbles. There, obviously, the grav thing didn't end up working out. Not hitting every single shot in the world. But I think I'm a lot more pleased with how we're playing this fight. I think you did a pretty good job of checking your flanks, checking your positioning, checking like what was going on around you. Obviously, the misplay in the Doomfist was pretty bad. So the goal is to be able to carry this level of like focus and attention to what's going on around you for the rest of the map. Does that make sense?
Right.
Do you have any questions so far?
Not really so far.
Okay. Very quiet. I know you're very tired, so I'll cut you some slack.
Oh yeah, it's also it might just be my mic, because my other one broke.
Wait, what is it?
My other mic broke, so this is like an old one that I was using.
That's fine. That's fine. Back, 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 back. Just back off. Keep your charge. Run, 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 run. If you die, I'm gonna be so frustrated. Please survive, please survive. You got it. Nice. Ah! You're killing me! Oh, please. Oh. Okay, phew. That was extremely stressful. Okay. Now.
Masterfully played fight.
Yeah, it was perfect. You baited them so much. It was beautiful. Okay. There's another factor that has entered into the fray, okay? What DPS are you now running? As I say that, Reaper goes, you know, yeah, you got Reaper now. Like, that was perfect timing, actually. So why does that impact you?
He's a really good bubble target for if he ever goes like for a flank, or even if he's just frontlining.
Yep. So who do you bubble, Reaper or Doom? Trick question.
I mean, it depends on what happens.
Yeah, exactly. It depends on what happens, and will depend on your game sense of what's happening, right? So if you can read the situation properly because your awareness is good, and if your awareness is good because you're using downtime to check the position of your teammates, then you will make good bubble decisions. And if you make bad bubble decisions, you will know why they are bad instead of just panic bubbles, and we learn nothing from that, right? We learn nothing from panic bubbles. We learned something from bubbles that we were prepared to use, but then just didn't work out. Okay, interactive, dynamic Zarya gameplay. Let's like you look at this information here, and who are you likely to bubble here?
I mean, probably Hog or Reaper.
Probably Hog or Reaper. Yep. Not likely to be Doomfist, given the positioning of what's going on here. Juicy. Nice. Very nice. Probably would prefer Bubble and Reaper there still. Like, I think your Hog is okay, but not the end of the world. Good awareness. The Bubble isn't being needed, but I like it. So you're showing flashes of brilliance. Typical off-tank, good awareness, good anticipation, but then flashes of complete, like, disawareness. And those flashes need to go away. Okay. You guys got really split here. But that's okay. I know this happens in ranked. You will get split, so make the best of your split. Your Brig's not pushing, so you're going to back off with him. Oh, your Reaper's in. Out, 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 out. These fights happen. Don't worry about it. Can you get out with charge? If you get out with charge, it's a win. You are not getting out with charge. You are not getting out with charge. You are dead. Oh, I lied. Did you see the mistake here?
Right. Yeah.
Your team trolled the lobby, okay? Frankly, they trolled the lobby. But again, this happens often in ranked, but it will also happen in scrims. So your first response here is like, oh, it's okay. I have 100 charge. I'm going to carry the next fight because I'm 100 charge and we have nano. Instead, you barely survive when you should have died. You actually kill your Brig because your Brig, I'm fairly certain, only died because you were staying in. Yeah, either way. So you could have survived here, and then now, instead of using our nano aggressively and winning the next fight, we actually have to use nano just to bail you out of jail. And look at the juicy target that you're shooting now. A Rhine shield. Awesome. right? That just makes us absolutely tickled to death. That's the best use of Nano Zarya is shooting of Ryan's. Like this is what we're talking about, right? So I don't know if this was frustration from like your team getting split and then your Brig not pushing with you, and then it's just like your team trolls. But you then make it worse by not only, okay, we messed up that fight, that wasn't your fault, but then now you're actively throwing the lobby the next fight. So either it was frustration or just an honest mistake, but either way, the power is in you to fix it. Like you have the power to not necessarily win that last fight, but you have the power to win this fight if you played it properly. You see what I'm saying?
I think it's just me being stupid. Or,
Okay.
like,
Okay. Well, either way, it's fixable, right?
Right.
That's in your court to fix. Yeah. Much better to play your life there and just like use your personal level with the last possible second. You're 100 charge. Play your life. Like there's yeah. Much better to play your life here than what you did. Good. Grab. You're gonna shatter. Oh. You didn't get it in time. Okay. I appreciate you being like, I don't think I need grab here. I think we're good. You're probably right. Okay. So, reasonable. Maybe just you being a little bit stupid, but turns out okay.
Yeah, I think I was looking for graph. I just didn't see the angle because I don't
Yeah.
think grabbing right.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I think it was fine what you did. Nah, just grab Ryan, honestly. Or whatever. This position is good. Okay. You have any questions so far?
Not really. No.
So we've seen a mixture of some not taking downtime to allow yourself to use good bubbles, right? Like not giving yourself good information on first and second. And then a couple of just trolling the lobbies with some bubbles, trolling the lobby a little bit without getting out with high charge. So let's keep watching and let's see if we can see a pattern. Who are you looking to bubble in this comp? Who do you think? Are you thinking or have you disconnected? So disconnected. If you're talking, I don't hear you. Your mic is busted.
Or, like, my mom walked into my room.
Oh yeah, no worries. Okay.
Okay.
So who are you looking to bubble this fight?
Probably Monkey or Brig.
Probably Monkey. But there could also be a world where you're on a Brig Hadid bubble, like you said, right? Because of their Monkey. So
Right.
how will you know when to bubble Monkey?
Well, I mean, if he ever goes for like an engage.
See, this is where like they will carry over well into scrims, because probably if you're playing this comp in scrims, your Monkey's gonna call the first jump, right? But
Right.
most monkeys, even if they're pretty decent, are probably not going to call the second jump. You're just going to have to use your eyeballs. So this is where you can train your scrim skills by being like, I'm going to watch my monkey, keep an eye on my monkey, and anticipate his jump and have my bubble ready and waiting for him, always. Maybe the second jump, I'm ready for that one too. So let's see what happens. Totally fine. This is exactly what was needed at the point in time. So good bubble. He would have died without it. Playing careful. But like right now, do you know what's going on around you right now? Like after you use these bubbles, right? Just be aware of this, right? Just be aware. Just to check. There's a little bit of downtime here. Just give a quick pivot your head and then look back here. If you watch Overwatch League tanks, you would be shocked at the amount of times that they do check their left and they check their right and even sometimes turn around. Next bubble. Like right now, you see how like this is the next bubble available, right? So where's your monkey, right? I don't think he needs it for this engagement. Certainly not. But you didn't know that, right? So if you see that he's just sitting here and not jumping, then what can you decide to use with your bubble?
Wait, say that again?
If your monkey is then doing this here and he doesn't need bubble, then what does that allow you to think about, or what does that allow you to do with your bubble?
I mean, just bubble like somebody else. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. If your Junkrat goes aggressive, your soldier goes aggressive, it's okay to do that. And the reason why this is so important for you to understand now is because do you know what the Zarya changes in Overwatch 2 are?
She has like shared bubbles.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So if you see your monkey doesn't need your bubble, then what can you do with your bubble?
Yeah, you can bubble yourself.
You could play it yourself. You can go aggressively and use that information. You see what I'm saying? Now, obviously, there's not going to be a monkey to bubble in Overwatch 2, but there will be Genjis, there'll be Reapers, there'll be Tracers, there'll be Doomfist, there'll be, well, not Doomfist, but there'll be other people that are playing aggressively that you can then use that information then. So if your team is not playing aggressively or doesn't need bubble, then you can just use double bubble yourself. Good, good. I appreciate the checking. Good, 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 good. React, don't anticipate, right? So this bubble, I appreciate you being aware of your monkey, but he's not jumping, so don't bubble him, right?
Okay.
Wait for him to go. Don't lead the charge. If he doesn't jump, then don't bubble. Just keep shooting. Now you need bubble. You almost didn't get it in time, but you did. That was good. Does this make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. A little bit of farm charge because they're actively shooting you. Looks good. Ryan just playing some. Ooh, look at the HP. That's great. Okay, we'll keep going. All right, so you specifically had some questions about point 2 attack, right?
Yeah.
Huge, huge. Again, this is what we're talking about. Huge. So let's see what happens. What was that?
Bro, they were like duoed with the fucking Ash being like the Smurf or whatever. So she like I don't know.
That is bizarre. That is quite frankly bizarre. Okay, so let me kind of break down the ways that you can play this point. There's 2 different ways to play this point under auto at the pro level. Okay, one, you can take high ground. High ground. Okay. The second more commonly played one is because this high ground is so flippin' hard to take and control, and people end up getting split. Is what often happens in the Overwatch League is people just push cart and hide. Hide, 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 get the cart to here, and when they get the cart to here, sometimes they'll then take the high ground from there. Now, I look at your comp here, and I see a monkey that can take high ground. I can see a Junkrat that can take high ground. I can also see a soldier that can take high ground. But I look at your backline, and I look at you, and I can see it being relatively difficult to take high ground. So what you need to do, well, what do you need to do? Let's not spoon for you. What is your priority here? Think about your bubbles, think about your positioning. What's the general mindset you have to be in here?
I guess just like bubble the people who are trying to take high ground.
Sure, sure. And then shoot whatever you can. That's it. Push cart,
Right.
bubble the aggression on high ground, then shoot whatever you can. And if you keep losing fights, at the very least, you will get the cart all the way to here, right? And then you're in one fight territory. One fight, and then you cap the fight. That's often what happens at the Overwatch League level, is people die over and over and over again, but they get the cart to here, and then they win one fight and they've capped second. That's just how it happens. It's a really, really tough point. Don't worry about it. What if you could bubble Junkrat tire? That'd be hilarious.
Bro, that'd be so fucking stupid.
That would be hilarious. Great bubble. Immediately responding. Good. Now you guys can just, now like right here, it's gonna be like S tier awareness, right? Because you gotta be like, okay, who needs it, who needs it, who needs it, who's at risk, right? Really stressful situation for you right now. That one, could you help this one?
No, not
No.
recently.
No. Okay, so don't worry about it. But you got it. You're trolling a little bit here, right? So you're down one, and they have an active Bob. Chill, right? I know you're thinking, oh, diva, but chill, because what's still happening, right? Like, you see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Just, you don't cost your personal bubble to walk forward. walk forward, then if they shoot you, then personal bubble. You have so many options here of like whether you could play it really passively, just personal bubble, then hide. You could do nothing and wait for them to push you to try and push their advantage and then personal bubble react. But the problem here is not just that you're walking forward for no, this is feeding, right? But what's the other problem about this right here? What do you not see?
Probably my backline if they're being engaged on or something.
You have absolutely no idea what's going on behind. You're actively feeding and then you have no awareness of what's going on behind you. This visor could carry, but he might need bubble. You see this? Look at your Junkrat, right? But you're not putting yourself in a position to where you can make good decisions with any of this. You end up bubbling your Brig, who doesn't even need the help. And then both of the people that you could have bubbled die. So I'm not saying necessarily that aggression was bad there, but I don't think the aggression was earned. And then the aggression was also at the expense of the awareness of what was going on around you. This is going to be your key for Overwatch 2, is finding the balance between personal, greedy aggression and getting value out of it versus playing to supplement and allow your DPS and supports to be able to be aggressive as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I don't think there your aggression was earned. I think you just saw D.Va, you pushed her even though you're down one with an active Bob, and it costs you your bubble, it costs you your life and your teammates' lives. Excellent. Excellent. Fine. Didn't know he had a whole log. Not the end of the world. We're gonna X. Nice. I mean, you can even think about awareness like this way. Like, you're very focused on killing that baby D.Va, but aggression isn't just like it's not just a Reaper walking into your backline too. It's also like you consider your soldier right now. Like, look at what he's doing. You see this? Like, this is crazy. He's just running into a damage boosted Ashe. But if he gets bubble here, I think you guys killed these guys. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe.
And like, this is where like, or at the very least he survives. But like, this is where ranked practice is going to be like so impactful and valuable for you, because there's going to be so many opportunities where you get rewarded for simply paying attention to what your teammates are doing. You're going to get so rewarded. In scrims, that opportunities are not going to always present themselves. They're going to be very valuable, but they're not always going to present themselves. What you're going to do in scrims or in ranked is you're going to get every single game 3 dozen, 40, 30, 25, whatever different times for you to be rewarded for paying attention to what's going on around you. It's like let's say in scrims, like, you need to work on your awareness, right? Scrims, so awareness is really, really important. But you don't get the opportunity to practice that awareness a ton in scrims. So it's hard to get better at it. So you go into ranked, where awareness matters a lot, and you get to practice it like twice every single team fight because of the chaos. You're going to get really good at checking your surroundings from playing ranked. You kind of see what I'm saying? Because you're going to be able to practice it over and over and over and over again. Don't see this as like, don't even like screw, like, I know everybody says this, but like, screw your rank. Go into a rank game, be like, I'm actively practicing this because I know it will help me in scrims, and I'm going to get actually so much practice at this, way more than I'm going to get in scrims. Don't see ranked as inferior to scrims. See ranked as providing a different training opportunity. It's like isolation training. Like, it's like if I want to get faster at football, right? I can play football, but what would be even better would be to actually just run sprints apart. And then I go into football and I'm a lot faster. It allowed me to work at that specific aspect of football. Do you guys see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
And I really think that you're going to get an opportunity to practice this more in ranked. So we'll not only keep you focused on something other than my teammates are trolling, but it really will. It's not just a mind trick. Like, this really is going to help you. Like, what's going on right now, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at what's happening right now. Okay, there's a Reaper pushing you. There's a Bob.
Yeah, there's like an honor to the fucking.
Like, look at this, right? There's on actively raining down fire. There's a Reaper literally inside your backline. Your entire backline's being zoned by Bob, and you have absolutely no idea because you're so busy on just shooting this D.Va. Like, that Reaper just killed your Junkrat. No way that should happen. Good. So I think the mindset, again, is not like, I don't want you always permanently looking behind you, but when there is things behind you, clear it, be aware of it, help it out, then push, you know? But things are sneaking behind you. Things are sneaking behind you, and or things are sneaking ahead of you, like your Doomfist is engaging, and you're not even aware of it. Please die. Yes. Okay. Brilliant. That's the greatest thing I've seen all day. Totally worth. Limit test. Whenever that fails, just type limit test in Matt chat.
It's a time zoning, bro.
You miss every shot you don't take. You know. That's brilliant.
I was scaring her off the ringer.
Yeah. Okay. So this is also where like this is a little bit of a separate issue, but this is kind of like a little bit of the awareness thing too, where like I know you're like the right move for me is probably to take the high ground now because we got the picks, but your team isn't taking the high ground, so now it's no longer the right move. There's the hierarchy of needs. The hierarchy of needs is to play around what your team is doing and then to do the right thing in terms of the map. Taking high ground here is not even like the most important thing. Like I just told you, like how Overwatch teams don't even necessarily take high ground all the time. So you're like so obsessed with taking high ground that you just didn't leave your team behind. And like, I'm not even saying this. I'm not even sure that taking high ground is the right move here. Like it might be that like actually just pushing this diva or like just shooting this or dealing with a hog in the backline might be better things. I'm not really sure. But like you were so tunneled on doing what you think is the right move to make that then like look at what happens by the time you get there, right? You've lost two people that you could have absolutely contributed in helping. One, two, right? But at least you did the right thing, right? Huh. You know, it's tough. I don't know. Okay. What's your favorite off tank, by the way?
I like D.Va.
Yeah?
I like D.Va so much.
So we've talked a lot about Zarya. Do you think that these things are going to be relevant with D.Va as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It's really off tank mindset. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like I think even like a hero like Sigma, even though he doesn't actively peel, if you see that your backline's being pressured, then your job becomes, instead of pushing them, it becomes to kind of hold them off and zone them while your backline deals with a threat. You know what I'm saying? So you play like really resource light. But then if your backline is like, okay, we've cleared out the Reaper, okay, there's not a monkey on us anymore, then your mindset is no longer, I'm going to play passively. Then your mindset has to be like, I'm going to actively like push these guys, right? We have an advantage that we need to push. Every off tank has to be aware of like what's happening behind them. Has to be aware of what's happening left, has to be aware of what's happening right. Sigma, like what flank should I be taking, what angle, what DPS should I be clearing out? You know, is there a hit scan on my team that I can help? Like, is this hit scan flanking? So I'm going to take this angle with them. Like, it's definitely the case with D.Va, as you said, but it's also the case with Sigma as well. Like you just, the high ground just isn't that important. It's just not. And honestly,
Okay.
full honesty, you're actually the wrong one here. Because look at the cart.
Right.
If you guys clear high ground as 6, the cart's going to roll all the way back to here, and you're going to win the fight because you took high ground, but then you're going to have to push cart. And look at your comp. Who can push cart?
Like nobody.
Nobody.
realistically.
You have no Tracer, no Winston, no D.Va. You have nothing that can push cart and take high ground. You have no mobility at all. You have to just push cart. You cannot take high ground. So again, not only are you trolling the lobby, but now you're also trolling the lobby and making your team is actually making the better strategic decision than you are.
That's the worst thing I needed to hear, bro. What?
Yeah, I mean, it's true though. It's true though. It's like you, even if you were smarter than your teammates because you've watched VODs, you're still only going to be right like 60% of the time, right?
Yeah.
It's just not worth dying on that hill for that extra 10, 20%, you know, and then losing every team fight in between because, like, again, we've now been 2 team fights in a row where you've been a spectator. You've not done anything. So even if you were right both times, you're still wrong. Okay. Baby D.Va versus Zarya. Who would win? Ooh. I mean, I respect it. You know, I respect it. You're at least reacting to information. It's just kind of too late at this point. Whoops.
60 seconds.
All right. D.Va's a good swap here, right? It's hard to contribute to deal with the high ground. But when you're when you're playing D.Va, are you playing D.Va to kill the people on high ground?
Not really.
Not necessarily.
I'm gonna like just contest them.
Yeah, not necessarily. Like when your team is trying to rotate, you keep them busy, and then you give them up. You give up and you play slow again, or you're just there as an option. If you need to, you can go out. You don't have to, but it's an option. So this is good. Like look at she saw you flying, and look at what she did. You know, she backed off. The funny thing is you've already done your job here. You know, you could sit here in Matrix and shoot just a little bit, but you don't even necessarily need to stay. You've done your job. Look at these guys. They're no longer threats. So flash a Matrix, be a nuisance. Uh-oh, Reaper's on you. But
I got like debanked here.
you're trolling the lobby. You did your job. Right?
Yeah.
You did your job. Your job is to make sure that these guys, these angles, these don't kill you, whether it's with bubble or with Matrix. So then once you've done your job, just survive and then shoot people. This is actively trolling the lobby. Like, look at your team. Your team just killed the Roadhog because he's got no help. You've done your job. Oh, Diva. Okay. Oh, no. Unfortunate. Let's see what happens. Let's see. I really want to just finish the VOD. Nice. Good. Nice. Nice. We cap. Come on. Surely we win. Surely. All right. Awareness. 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 Where's your team? Where's your team? Where's your team? What's going on? Is now a good time? Okay. 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 Good. 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 What's going on? Good. 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 I like to check. You know what's something else you could be aware of right now? Remember you saw what your Cassidy was doing? You know, if you see him start to walk out, maybe that's your time to fly in the ash, you know? Something to consider. Something to consider. Okay, so good. You didn't die for it. Nice. She's trolling. She's way overextending. She's been watching you play Diva, apparently.
No.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. I mean, I respect it. I respect it. I really respect this. Like, maybe it's just because you're on Diva now, but you seem like a lot more attentive to what's going on around you. Like, okay, there's a Bob. Okay, I'm in. Make sure these guys are okay. Okay, unfortunately, he hits that shot. Is my Sigma okay? There's the dynamite. Okay, what's going on to my right? Just play your life. Should be fine. You got rid of him. Good. Don't die for it. Reaper's pushing you. Don't die for it. Good. Where'd he go? Where did he go? What on earth?
He TP'd like back to his team.
That's wild. Hi, Kitty. Oh, that is strange. That really threw me off. Love this. I love it. Absolutely thrilled. This is so good. This is so good. Like you might lose this map, you might lose this, fight, whatever. But like this is the kind of energy I want you to have with Zarya as well. And I promise you, if you keep practicing things again, you see like how chaotic this is. This is like the perfect storm to practice the skill set on Diva and Zarya. Perfect opportunity to practice this. Good, good. Now you can just remech. Brilliant. No way you guys lose this. No way you guys lose this. You guys win.
Nah,
surely,
it's tragic.
Surely
it's
you guys
tragic.
win. Surely you guys win. I think you're just misremembering. You're gonna win it. 100%. It's a one game already. Uh-oh.
It's honestly a visual glitch.
Yeah, it's a visual glitch. That's it. That's it. Uh-oh. Did you know she was there? Now I'm not gonna give you too hard of a time because normally this is kind of silly, but like you could kind of see what I'm saying. Like an S tier Diva would be like checking. You know? I think you've played well. I'm not gonna give you a hard time because I think overall you've done a pretty good job. Like this is crazy from their Ana. But if you were just a little bit better, your Sigma lives, and your soldier gets the kill, and your soldier has the high ground. Surely. Oh, it's an easy win. Oh no, disaster. Okay.
It's not an easy win.
All right. Oh wait, I see. Yeah. I see. You're lying to me. Easiest win in the world. You guys. Surely that baby will die. Surely that Doomfist. Yeah. Here it goes. Wait. 3, 2, 1. You guys win. Oh. Okay.
Victory.
the goal for you, I think, like we talked a little bit about the details of like the bubble usage and then like the awareness and things like that. But the reason why I'm putting so much attention on this is because I really want you to look at this game. Overwatch 2 is going to lose its freshness over time. It's going to be fun. It might be a better game. It might be a lot less frustrating. But there will be times when you're not going to want to play ranked. And your mindset cannot be ranked as stupid for idiots and for clowns. It has to be, this is the best possible training ground to practice a very important skill set to be a complete player, not just mechanics, but that awareness that is like inherently important in every single tank you play. That, and also having that as an active goal, I think will also allow you to stay focused. I mean, that's the first thing you said, right? It's like you didn't have an active goal, so you got a little more frustrated faster. Do you have any questions?
Generally, like, how much comp like should I like play?
What are your goals?
Because
I know you talked about this a little bit already, but like, what are your
I don't
short-term, long-term goals?
I don't think I have like long-term like goals. Like I know I don't want to go pro in this game,
Okay.
but like I don't have any like, oh, I want to scrim like 4.4 or like anything. Like I don't know. I'm just gonna play the game because it's fun.
Okay. So like let's set the goal of like what will you tell me what would be a good goal for you? What seems like a reasonable goal?
Probably like I don't have a time frame, but probably scrimming 4K
Okay.
just seems like a clean, like nice goal.
Okay. So that sounds nice.
Comfortably.
How many ranked games plus your 3 times a week scrims? How many ranked games on average per day do you think would be a reasonable goal for? Because your gut feeling will probably be accurate.
I don't know. I'm probably like 3 or 4 maybe. A
Okay.
day.
I would say probably I'd probably say 3 on days where you scrim, and then 4 or 5, maybe 6 on days where you don't scrim.
Okay.
That would be my benchmark. And then as long as you're playing the as long as you're playing the heroes that you want to improve at, like you're not like playing Reinhardt, you should be good to go. You should be good to go.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
Other than that, no, not really.
Okay. Let me do if you do. My DMs are always open.
Okay.
But the goal has to be, it's not going to be easy, but the goal has to be to look at ranked as an important, productive use of your time and not a waste of your time. Because it's not. It's not a waste of your time.
Okay.
But that has to be the goal. Okay. Cheers, mate. Appreciate your work and have a good rest of your day.
All right. Thank you too.
You're very welcome.
Bye.
See ya. Okay, so that was Mori with an exclamation mark. And we talked a lot. I mean, really, it feels like almost every tank VOD we have done has in some way, shape, or form talked about awareness and being like attentive to like what's going on around you. But there's a reason why that's the case. It's like, especially when there's one fewer tank on the field, not only is there less of an excuse for you to not be aware of those things, but the other thing is that you have to understand that the DPS are going to be playing in a way to where it's going to be harder to track exactly their position. So taking angles, taking flanks, taking space. So as you with Zarya, if you're not assisting your DPS to do those things, it's not going to be a big fat monkey jumping in. It's going to be a Genji on a flank. It's going to be a Tracer on the flank. You're going to have to be way, way more aware of those things and consistent with those things. Like I said, it's a way more dynamic game. It's going to require a lot more hustle and a lot more energy. Okay, chat. Here's what we're going to do. Cager is desperately waiting. He's desperately waiting. My boy is been coaching Plats, and I'm just going to tease him in his channel. He has been desperately coaching Plats. He desperately requiring the raid. Don't do it. Oh, man. Dude, he's pathetic. Look at him. He's got his face cam on and everything. All right, we're going to toss the raid to Cager, the OG. I'm going to toss raid to Cager, and I will see you guys in 2 days. The last Overwatch 1 coaching stream ever. He knows it's coming too. All right, guys. Enjoy Cager. He's a funny guy, and he's a really, really good coach. Remember Seth Siegel? Of course I remember Seth. Is it you? It's you, isn't it? I remember the text font. Jeez, guys. All right, guys. See you guys in 2 days. Tell Cager he's been a good boy. And I'll chat with you later. Philo out. Wait. Raid. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go!
The bait's coming in. The bait's coming in.